High school sports fans, are you following Varsity Media on our YouTube channel? For the best coverage of New York high school sports, make sure you head to youtube.com/varsitymedia. 3 easy steps. First, hit that like button, and then be sure to subscribe. And finally, tap that yellow bell to be notified of all of our upcoming sportscasts. Thank you for following Varsity Media on YouTube.
Hey everyone, I'm Kyle Collier. I'm the owner of StretchFlow and the developer of the StretchFlow system. We're very excited to announce that we have partnered with Varsity Media to help the next generation of high school athletes to recover faster, perform better, and make more plays. Our StretchFlow system has been developed and tested over thousands of hours with real-world athletes. Our technique uses assisted stretch, soft tissue therapy, and targeted muscle recovery to provide a relaxing, stress-free experience that returns your body back to ideal function so you can stay on the field and win. We know sports are tough, so stay in peak performance and condition with StretchFlow. You can message us directly on Instagram at stretch_flow, or you can call us at 516-336-9627. But make sure you use the code VM-FLOW to receive your $49 introductory session.
High school sports fans, Varsity Media is the exclusive live stream media partner of Nassau County playoffs. For semifinal and championship coverage of soccer, volleyball, field hockey, and football, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Varsity Media is the home for New York high school sports.
From the home of the Bulls, Smithtown West High School, Jack Mallory and the Bulls excited for a showdown with Hills West. The Filardies are in town for a huge Suffolk 3 showdown. It's Hills West at Smithtown West, all right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Today's Suffolk 3 showdown presented by StretchFlow as well as Speed Island. Well, good evening, everyone. Dylan Butler alongside Mike Hungerford. It is the penultimate week of the regular season, and this is where it's all about playoff seedings and trying to get in. And for Smithtown West, you're getting to the need to win to kind of get in, or at least, you know, they're right on the edge there right now. And for Hills West, you want to host a playoff game coming up as well. So a game with massive playoff implications.
Sure, the winner puts themselves in a much better position 2 weeks from now when the playoffs start, and the loser puts himself in a more difficult position, or one team might find themselves on the outside looking in, Penn Bay, possibly Smithtown West.
And I think we love the matchup here as well. These two teams really, their strengths are evenly matched. It should be a really exciting football game. For the visitors in Hills West, listen, their only loss was a game that we had on the Varsity Media Sports Network. It was a defeat to Sayville. But outside of that, they have feasted here in Suffolk 3. Now, a big one to end the regular season coming up at West Hampton. But listen, this has been a team with a lot of really terrific skill players, and none more than the two we're going to show you right now as our players to watch. It's Anthony Rayo, and on the other side of the football, Elijah Congolo. These are ballers.
Sure, absolutely. Anthony Rayo, one of the better receivers in Suffolk County. Great athlete, great lacrosse player as well. And Congolo, you would think that Smithtown West is going to throw the ball. Both teams are going to throw the ball quite a bit. And Congolo is going to be a big part of that pass rush, coming off the style all game long.
5-1 for Hills West on the season, looking to get one of those top seeds and get a favorable home game in the postseason. Smithtown West, as the officials gather before the start of this one, they are a team that when we saw them early in the season, they were ravaged by injuries. Late in this season, they are ravaged by injuries. No luck at all for these Bulls, but it's the next man up mentality. And one good thing for them in this game is they do return a Carmelo Pace, a guy who we didn't see earlier in the season. He got hurt in that Week 1 game right away against Comstock. So with Pace back and with these guys kind of knowing their backs are against the wall, they're looking to play their best football down the stretch.
Sure, absolutely. Need to have a big game today. And I think, the combination of the passing game and who they're going to find open and how they're going to be defended by Hills West will tell you a lot how the game's going to go.
We look at their players to watch now as the Bull is, that's the game face right there. The Bull is pumped. But you look at the players to watch, and on the offensive side, Jack Mallory, what hasn't he done as a receiver in his Smithtown career? He is 1 reception shy of the all-time record. And this is a guy, listen, you put it anywhere near him, he is making that catch.
I think if Brendan Stahl sees him one-on-one, you have to throw it. You have to give him a chance to go and get it. Runs great routes. He's got great hands and tremendous leaping ability, and his timing to go get the ball in coverage is second to none.
On the other side, on the defensive side, also a key offensively because Antunes is the featured running back. But Jason Antunes on the defensive side, similar what you just said before, right, about Congolo. You want to pressure the quarterback. You want to pressure Filardi, and that's where Antunes from his defensive end spot's going to be big.
Sure, you're going to have to put some pressure on the quarterbacks and decide what kind of routes they're going to throw. If pressure is part of the game, it's going to change the play calling. It may shorten the routes. It may become a quick passing game, and it may keep them from throwing deep balls if you can pressure on the quarterback.
There's a look at Smithtown West head coach Craig Perino in his second season as the head coach. You see 1987 graduate of Center Reach, but he's a guy who started at Smithtown West as an assistant. Then he was the head coach, went on to become the head coach at Ward Melville, then an assistant at Rocky Point, head coach Rocky Point, William Floyd assistant, and now he's back where it all started for him at Smithtown West. We take a look at some of the keys. We spoke, of course, with both head coaches before the start of this one as the Bulls are getting ready. It's the running of the Bulls right there. It's such a great game day experience here at Smithtown West, and this one of the bigger parts, right?
Even the cleats.
You're right.
The Bulls got cleats ready to go.
And you see them leading the way. You see number 4, Ethan Alvarado, as the Bulls make their way onto the field before the start of this one. So we mentioned the keys to the game for both teams. Let's take a look, Mike, at those right now. And for Hills West, it's about keeping the offense. Again, there's so many playmakers on offense, but you want to keep those guys on the field. And defensively, you want it to be a flip, right? You want to have that 3-and-out mentality. It kind of goes hand in hand, those two mentalities. And obviously the third also, right? Rayo, Filardi, Brooks, whoever it is, let's make those guys have their best game. In Smithtown West, it's been the situation, I feel like, all year. They want to establish the running game. They want to eat clock. They want to keep those Hills West playmakers off. A fast start's going to be big for them as well. They were competitive against Sayville, the game that we had on the Varsity Media Sports Network, and also those skill guys, you can't let them make one of those big plays, like a 3rd down and go for 25, or the big someone falls or slips. That's been one of the Achilles heels this year of Smithtown West. Giving up that big play, you've got to limit that here tonight.
Hills is a big play offense, so both teams have some big play ability. Hills is a big play offense, right? So you gotta keep them. You gotta keep the 60-yard play, the 50-yard play. It can't happen tonight if you're Smithtown West if you want to win the game. I truly believe, Dylan, the team that can get a couple stops a half defensively is going to win the game.
So Hills West makes their way onto the field. What a game we have for you on the Varsity Media Sports Network. The band is ready. The Bull is ready. Hey, the Smoker's ready. Fire up those burgers. Opening kickoff next when we return right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Hey everyone, I'm Kyle Collier. I'm the owner of StretchFlow and the developer of the StretchFlow system. We're very excited to announce that we have partnered with Varsity Media to help the next generation of high school athletes to recover faster, perform better, and make more plays. Our stretch flow system has been developed and tested over thousands of hours with real-world athletes. Our technique uses assisted stretch, soft tissue therapy, and targeted muscle recovery to provide a relaxing, stress-free experience that returns your body back to ideal function so you can stay on the field and win. We know sports are tough, so stay in peak performance and condition with Stretch Flow. You can message us directly on Instagram at stretch_flow, or you can call us at 516-336-9627. But make sure you use the code VM-FLOW to receive your $49 introductory session.
High school sports fans, Varsity Media is the exclusive live stream media partner of Nassau County Playoffs. For semifinal and championship coverage of soccer, volleyball, field hockey, and football, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Varsity Media is the home for New York high school sports.
Inside the 10 to the end zone. Oh, he's got a wide open receiver. AJ Duff. Get out of the way! Dante Torres! End zone. Touchdown. 10-5 touchdown.
A youth flag football college experience like no other. An environment where everything is earned. Register your boys and or girls team for the spring 2024 season today. Locations include Massapequa, St. Anthony's High School, East Meadow, and more to follow. 3rd and 10 flag football powered by youthflagfootball.com.
Tearing to my heart, need to paint a picture, praying that my faith won't let me down. Cutting through my soul, there's a world wide open. Look up at the stars, trying to find my moment. Push it till I break, or the clock runs out.
We ask that you please stand so that we can honor America. And now, direct your attention to the football field on the 25-yard line on the south side of the field, and welcome Miss Olivia Wilbur as she sings our national anthem.
Who's live?
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets would glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, Smithtown West Senior, Olivia Wilbur. Nice job, Olivia.
Welcome back to Smithtown West. Dylan Butler, Mike Hungerford, our entire Varsity Media crew. You love the live anthem, Mike, and what a great job Olivia Wolbert, senior here at Smithtown West, did here, getting us ready for this one.
Battle of the West. Here we go.
Take a look at the standings in Suffolk 3 and kind of showing you how important this one is. You see there with the PowerPoints, Sayville 1, Hills West right behind them, and just behind them West Hampton. So When we spoke to Filardi, Gerald Filardi, the head coach, said beforehand, listen, that's a huge one in Week 8. We cannot overlook this one. And you see Smithtown West right there at 9, just 3 power points away there from Eastport South Manor in the 8th spot. So that it also explains how big this one is for Smithtown West.
Absolutely. It's great. Smithtown West will get a win today. They would propel themselves, beating a team that's 5-1. Now 5 would be 5-2. Propel them up in the rankings. And if Hills wins, they just maintain that number 2 spot, for the playoffs and get a home game for sure in the first round.
So just about set to go here at Smithtown West. Friday Night Lights. That's Ryan Levy. When we just saw Levy, he was scoring the winner and getting the Hills West soccer team into the playoffs. Terrific soccer player, kicker, punter here for Hills West. Opening kickoff is fielded at about the 5-yard line. That's Max Nicholas up the far sideline. Ethan Alvarado, and he's forced out of bounds. So the offense of Smithtown West will make their way onto the field. They'll be led there by Braden Stahl. You see the numbers on the year, an incredible completion percentage there, right? High number for as many balls as he's thrown. 1,500 yards, 16 touchdowns as well in the season.
Sure, very accurate thrower. Their offense is such that they use the short passing game as a major complement to the run game and a high completion percentage and a lot of receivers with very good hands.
As we mentioned in the open, Jack Mallory 1 reception away from the all-time career lead here on Long Island. First play from scrimmage, though, is a handoff and a good push forward. Nice run by Jason Antunes, pushing himself forward. Let's take a look at the starters offensively for the Bulls of Smithtown West. It's Stahl and Tunis. Your receivers, Mallory, Alvarado, and Cielas, as well as Rierick. Up front, Tynebor and Alaka. They're in for injured starters, DeVito, Guerrero, and Shook. Gain of 5 on first down for Smithtown West. Another handoff. And a great job pushing forward, this time getting about 7, it looks like, as Antunes gets the first down for the Bulls. Let's take a look at the starting defense for Hills West. Congolo, Santoro, Louis, and Dory up front. Parhar, Resch, Baggett, and McLeese are your linebackers. Rayo and Brooks are your corners, and Filardi and Red are your safeties. 1st and 10 for Smithtown West from their own 39-yard line. Back-to-back runs by Antunes has moved the chains. There's a quick out, and there is that reception by Mallory. Gets out to the 45, and now Mallory is the all-time leader on Long Island in career receptions.
Pretty amazing statistic. I mean, just, can't play 1 year and break a record like that. Really can't play 2. I have to have more than 2 years of experience. And Mitch's entire sophomore year with injury and very impressive. Great young man and really happy for him.
Started his career at Smithtown East. And these last 3 years here at West. So congratulations to Jack on that honor. Surpassing some great players. We'll show you that list in a moment. Time to pass and a diving reception. And this one is made by Cielos. And it's another first down.
I like what Smithtown is doing coming out of the game right here. They ran the ball twice on the first 2 plays, got themselves to a first down, and established a little running game, something we didn't see them doing, be able to do against Sable. And then they came back with 2 pass plays, one a little short one to Mallory for 5, and a little bit deeper one here on a little just sit-down route against the zone by Cielos. So able to get 2 first downs right away here. Smithtown, good job with their offense.
1st and 10 from the Hills West 46 now. A good opening drive by the Bulls. And it's a delay of game against Smithtown West. Didn't get that playoff in time. Our referee for this one, Charles Groh, makes the call.
You don't want to get behind the chains too much. You know, I talk about this every broadcast, Dylan, right? I'm a big believer in, especially in high school football, in winning on early downs, you know, getting ahead. Who gets ahead on the early downs? Does the defense get ahead? Right now it's 1st and 15. Does the offense get ahead and get a 2nd and 4 or something to work with?
This a handoff up the middle and a short gain as this was Brian Hope, who's also a starting linebacker for the Bulls.
So you see, Dylan, to make an example of to illustrate my example, my explanation before, now it's 2nd and 14. And now you're behind the sticks a little bit. Now with a passing offense like Smithtown, you might have the ability to still get a first down and move the ball, but it just gets more complicated. And once the defense kind of realize what you're going to be doing and to play pass or run, depending where you're at on the sticks.
Stahl back to pass under some pressure. Tries to find Mallory. That's incomplete. And this will now further illustrate your point. So it's a 3rd and 14. And a drive that looked so promising with some pair of first downs now looks to be in some trouble.
Yeah, and you can see how quickly all of a sudden things change, right? In football, the penalty gets them behind, a short run on first down, an incomplete pass, and now you're a 3rd and long very, very quickly. And you're certainly not in 2-down territory probably at the 50-yard line.
Sure, not with the playmakers that Hills West has. So it's a trips right. Here comes Stahl. Time to throw. Goes far sideline. And that is complete. What a terrific grab by Ethan Alvarado to move the chains.
We saw some of this before when we had Smithtown earlier in the year, but Alvarado, the single away from Mallory's side, Mallory's getting usually a double team. There's usually single coverage on that boundary short side, and he takes advantage of it and gets the first down. And what a great throw by Stahl. West was coming with the blitz, and he was able to hang in there and throw a great ball.
Alvarado, 28 receptions, 346 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Has an offer from Limestone. So 3rd first down on this opening drive for the Bulls. Going back to Antunes. And you can see big physical runner is Jason Antunes, the junior, 5'10", 170. Getting a push there as well to get a quality run on first down.
Well, the interesting matchup right now, Dylan, is the right side of the Smithtown West line with Guerrero.
Well, that's the experience.
With Shook.
Yeah,
it's the experience side, and on the defensive side over there, you have one of the players we featured in the open right over there.
Angolo and Santoro,
defensive end right over it. So strength on strength right there.
Another first down for Antunes. And you mentioned a great point there. Listen, on the left side of that Smithtown West line are 2 guys who did not start most of this season. Logan Tynebor and Anthony Alaka. They're replacing Gavin German and Leo Zabia, both guys out with concussions. So we're seeing all the running now going to the experience side, that right side of the Smithtown West line. Another first down, 1st and 10 from the Hills West 23-yard line. Antunes again cuts it inside, lowers the shoulder, and he pushes forward. You love that forward lean from Antunes.
Sure, absolutely. Getting downhill as fast as you can. And right there, you see the Congolo kind of got up the field a little bit. He was kind of a little bit unblocked. He kind of got up the field a little bit. He might have to bend that and tighten that a little bit. That might be a coaching adjustment. He comes down the line and might be able to make that play quicker because they're really not dealing in a true run formation in 3-by-1 and 10 personnel, but they're able to get it done.
Gain of 5 on first down. Antunes runs towards the sticks, cuts it inside, but a flag is thrown. And that'll be an offensive holding penalty.
You see the Congolo kind of threw those hands there for a second. Looked like he felt like he was being grabbed a little bit. And, part of getting that holding call is you can't let yourself get held, right? If you let yourself get held, it's not going to get called very much. You have to act like you're being held sometimes and makes the referee think a little more is going on. So big penalty right there.
Yeah, second one against Smithtown West on this opening drive. The first one, though, was for 5 yards for the delay of game. This one pushes them further back. They were getting a first down on the run. Now you're backed up 2nd and 15.
You're probably really at 4-down territory for sure right now if you're Smithtown West, so you're probably 3 downs to work with to get 13, 14 yards.
Stahl just dumps it off, finds another intended target. Look at this. To the house. Touchdown. Antunes. 28 yards. The touchdown pass from Stahl to Antunes, and Smithtown West has drawn first blood.
Whenever a screen works, Dylan, you always get good downfield blocking. And you can see right away, he kind of rolls out to the right, and you can see the right side of the line. You're going to see Shook right now. Gets on, right on, stays on, gets his man turned. Look how many got out of the hat in so many spots.
And after all that, look at this. Referee Charles Groh didn't see him make the call yet. Is this it?
Not really sure.
Yeah, I didn't see the call and all the celebration, but you take the points off the scoreboard. And here comes Antunes again. Tough break there for the Bulls as Antunes goes back to work trying to run the football.
Well, they gained actually some yards. It was a spot foul, so they moved the ball back. It might have been a hold. It moves the ball back, right? I'm not really sure what the call was there. Now they have a very makeable, it's 3rd and 5, and they really have 2 downs to get 5 yards, you would think here, Dylan. So all is not lost here for West right away. Just 6 points off the board. Probably a little frustrating for the coaching staff.
Oh, and Antunes fumbles the football on the handoff, and it is recovered by Hills West. Nolan Dory. Wow, what a turn of events. Mike Hungerford, you go from 6, the penalty flag, and you see it again on the handoff. And Dory just falls right on it.
Well, number 56 was standing there with Dory, and I think he was the read. And maybe a little bit of confusion as to whether to give it or pull it or clamp down on it, and he lost the ball and between Stahl and the running back Antunes, and there it is on the ground, and Dory's right on top of it.
You see Hills West QB Joe Filardi. There you see his numbers on the year. Nearing 2,000 yards and 28 touchdowns for the junior. Terrific season for the Colts. He's got his guys started at his own 21-yard line. That was Rayo, Anthony Rayo, that he motioned out to the left. Filardi calls his own number, runs it towards this sideline. A flag is thrown, and we expect this to be an offensive holding penalty, and it is. So the Colts will back it up, but you could see the athleticism, right, from Filardi, a standout lacrosse player as well. 46 carries, 390 yards, and 4 touchdowns on the year, but this one backs the Colts up.
Looks like Will Noto was the defensive end there. It got pulled and held. It looks like his aggressive play up the field caused a holding penalty, and we're going to move that one back. So the referee's pretty busy so far this game.
He certainly is. This will be a 1st and 20, it looks like, from the 11. There's Filardi. You've got Luca Baggett to his left hip. The lone running back here. Here's Filardi. Back to pass. Goes over the middle. That's complete. And a 1st down after all that. Backs him up. No problem, says Anthony Rayo.
Good ball by Filardi right in there as Rayo ran that deep drag. Good reception.
Let's take a look at the starters offensively for Hills West. Filardi, Baggett, Brooks, Red, and Rayo. Mason Reish comes in as that tight end sniffer as well. Congolo, Charlatan, Santoro, Louis, and Dory up front for the Colts. So 1st down on that pass from Filardi to Rayo. And now it's Rayo in motion. You got trips right, that single receiver on the far side. Quick out, another reception there, and good pursuit to the football there as Rayo makes the catch. Let's take a look at the starting defense for Smithtown West. Up front, it's DeVito, Lynch, Shook, and Antunes. Your linebackers, Cassione, Hope, and Fitzsimmons. Your corners are Briffa and Nicholas. And your safeties, Jack Mallory and Carmelo Pace. Great to see Carmelo Pace back after that Week 1 injury against Comstock. So 3 yards on that first down completion. 2nd and 7 from the 37. Filardi under pressure, throws, what a pass. And man, these two guys are on an incredible, like we talk about Stahl and Mallory, you could say the same about Filardi and Rayo. They just have that, they've been playing together forever. Whether it's lacrosse, whether it's football, they just have that synergy.
Sure, Filardi takes a look, gets forced out of the pocket a little bit. Felt a little pressure there. I think he felt it more when it was in his face, and he rolled and found Rayo. And I kind of like what Smithtown West is doing right here. They're pretty light in the box, kind of really daring Hills to run the football, and they're playing 2 safeties. It looks like a man under and 2 deep, trying to not give up a big play here and have to make him nickel and dime him down the field.
1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Rayo in motion again, gets this pass and runs it to the sideline. He's forced out at about the 45-yard line.
So you can see right away, but the Smithtown, the Hills West coaching staff sees it's man under, and they run Rayo in motion. It's kind of a man beater right there, right? They had a little pick play, with the receiver on the right-hand side and get Rayo freed up for a pretty easy 9 yards.
You see the numbers on the year for Rayo, really impressive for the wide receiver. 37, 748, and 9 touchdowns. He's been all over this opening drive for the Colts. 2nd and 1. Look out. Filardi, I don't know if there was miscommunication on the handoff, but it looked almost like another one of those where it could have been a fumble, but Filardi pushes forward to give the Colts another down of life.
I think that's the game right there a little bit, Dylan, early on, is that Smithtown West is trying to play the box with, a minimal number of players, kind of daring Hills here to really try to run the football and just don't get beat deep. 2 safeties in the game, it should be really hard for Filardi to throw a deep ball. And I like to say, very rarely do you lose games on hitches. You lose games on guys throwing posts and corner outs and verticals. So, I can see a bend but not break philosophy here by Smithtown West.
3rd and 4 from the 47. Filardi back to pass, plenty of time. And now the pressure comes, forced out, back foot, throws it, and that's incomplete. A lot of pressure on Filardi. And did we get a flag there, Mike? I think there is a flag right at the point. Watch this again, Mike. It's going to be a personal foul against Smithtown West, but was Filardi still in bounds?
Tough call right there. Defenders going full speed. Filardi's still trying to make a play. It's a tough 50-50 call. I think it's not easy to call that, but I guess you might have felt Filardi was defenseless in a way and was left through the football.
So Charles Groh calls a personal foul, roughing the passer against Smithtown West. A 15-yard penalty will push the Colts. And again, that's that game of inches, right, where it's an incomplete pass and now it's 4th down. And what do you do if you're Hills West and Smithtown West? Another big penalty against them, which is, if you're Perino, man, you've got to be scratching your head.
Well, let's leave the penalty out of it and look at the play without the penalty, right? It was good coverage down the field by Smithtown West. Filardi eventually got some pressure and threw an incompletion regardless of the penalty, right? So you can see Smithtown West's defensive plan. I kind of like it early on.
Some misdirection this time, and it's Rayo trying to push forward, and he is forced back. There is Antunes. Listen, we talked about how important he was on the defensive side of the game, and you see there again using that physicality to bring Rayo backwards.
Yeah, not much of a gain there. Good job defensively. Trying to run a GT right there, pulling 2 linemen, the 2 left side linemen, and blown up nicely by Smithtown West.
Some credit there as well to Will Noto. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Quick out, there's Rayo running towards those sticks. Good pursuit by the Bulls. It was Briffa, number 3, getting low to make the tackle.
It's been the Filardi Rayo show so far, right? Rayo's touched on every down. They've thrown it to him, they've handed it to him. Gain of about 6 right there. That's his 5th reception, Rayo, on this drive alone.
That is remarkable stuff. Also remarkable is that we're inside the final 2 minutes of this first quarter. 1 drive apiece to this point.
A lot of passing by both teams, but a lot of completions.
Yeah.
So the ball's been in play.
Ball staying in bounds. Here we go. Filardi has a go over the middle, and that is incomplete. And listen, Levy's got an excellent foot, but it's 4th down, and I don't know. What do you think here for Filardi? I think
they're going to go for it here. And Filardi, he's trying to hit Rayo on that, looks like a post or an inside seam. But with those 2 safeties there, I guess one of the play calls you have is the ability to try to split those safeties in the middle of the field. But there are 2 safeties back there, and Jack Mallory being one of them. Besides being a great receiver, he's pretty good safety back there too.
4th and 5, and considering where they are, you can go hard count here, trying to draw Smithtown West off. Let's see. Filardi, short out, a sliding pass. It is a completion right to Mason Reish, and that will move the chains. 4th down conversion for Hills West.
See right there, quick slant. Quick slant right there on the inside receiver.
Reish, the basketball player, 16 receptions, 163 yards on this season. He's back after not playing football for a year. So 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line for the Colts. Inside now the final minute of this first quarter. Filardi goes end zone, and that one is incomplete. The intended target there, number 3, Jesse Brooks.
So Hills West trying to use that motion to get that man underneath freed up. And that first man coverage right there. With the safety deep, though, he threw that deep ball in the end zone, and he was covered. He was high load there. And, the safeties are on top of things for Smithtown West right now.
55 seconds remaining in the first quarter. 2nd and 10 from the 21-yard line. That's Brooks, the bottom of your screen, the solo receiver. Filardi looks his way, now finds a hole, runs it up the middle. Filardi cuts it to his left. Filardi still on his feet, touchdown, Hills West. A 21-yard touchdown run from Joseph Filardi.
Good decision by Filardi to run the ball right there. He had an opening, the receivers were covered. You see here on the replay, he looks at his primary receiver, looks for a secondary, and he sees that the middle of the field is wide open. The linebackers have dropped in the coverage. There's really no spy player right there. And Filardi runs through the 1 missed tackle and scores.
Number 11, Joe Filardi.
So Smithtown West thought they had it in, but they don't. The kicker, Ryan Levy. Long snapper, Anthony Rayo. The holder is Joseph Filardi. Filardi's kick is up, and it is good. So Smithtown West thought they had opening blood, got in the end zone, got called back, and instead it was Filardi, 21 yards to the house. Levy's PAT has given the Colts a 7-0 lead here late in the first quarter. So we mentioned before the record for Jack Mallory, and let's take a look. 1 of his 4 Long Island records. Take a look at this. Career receptions, he surpassed Connor Coughlin of Patchogue with that last reception he has now, 130 now on the year. Receiving yards, he's already the leader there, ahead of Jordan Fredericks. Remember him, of course, the Lawrence great, went on and played at Syracuse, part of those Joe Mortalotti terrific Long Island championship teams. Season receptions,
pack of Fredericks.
A whole bunch of them, you're right. The season receptions as well, you see that. 69, 3 more than Brian Torney from Comac. And games reception, this guy's got it twice. Last year and this year as well, 16 receptions in a game. So the 4th Long Island record receiving record for Jack Mallory.
I've been on some coaching staffs where the leading receiver in the season didn't have 16 catches. It's pretty amazing.
There's Levy's kick. It's returned by Alvarado. So that resolve now of the Bulls, right? Like, you thought you had it, you were in the end zone. You thought you had a stop. Penalties on both of those led to some more opportunities, and there's Mallory trying to get his guys onto the scoreboard as well.
The game is so physical, Dylan, but it's also very mental, right? Like right now, it hasn't been a great last few minutes in terms of a lot of peaks and valleys for Smithtown West, even in a quarter, right? And Hills drives down and scores. Now you have to get yourself right in your mind and block out what happened to get back to the order at hand, which is try to tie the score here.
Mallory in motion, 1st and 10 from the 30. Stahl back to pass, dumps it to Mallory. That's pretty much right back at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 1 there for Mallory. Seniors got offers from Trinity, St. Anselm. He's on that Cornell board as well. We mentioned a 4-year starter and an all-county player as well. So Mallory is trying to get the Bulls on the scoreboard, but it's Filardi and the Colts who have the lead. You're watching this Suffolk 3 showdown right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
This is Solomon Thomas with the New York Jets, and you're watching Varsity Media.
A youth flag football college experience like no other. An environment where everything is earned. Register your boys and or girls team for the spring 2024 season today. Locations include Massapequa, St. Anthony's High School, East Meadow, and more to follow. 3rd and 10 flag football powered by youthflagfootball.com.
Tearing through my heart, need to paint a picture, praying that my faith won't let me down. Cutting through my soul, there's a world wide open. Look up at the stars, trying to find my moment. Push it till I break, or the clock runs out.
Welcome back to Smithtown West High School. Dylan Butler, Mike Hungford, the entire Varsity Media crew is Craig Perino checks that play chart, looking for something special here to start the second quarter. It was a terrific opening drive for the Bulls. They thought they got in the end zone. A penalty derailed that, then a fumble, and then Hills West ended up putting the first points on the board.
Yeah, I like the first drive by West. I love the mix of the run, the pass that they had going. They had some run, then they had some pass. Really solid mix. They were ahead of the defense, on play call, and the penalty just put it back, and then they had the turnover.
Faked handoff, pressure comes, and it's dumped out. Incomplete pass by Stahl, but you can see the pressure came right away. Looks like that was Gurneil Parhar, the junior linebacker, number 18.
The last 2 plays that put Mallory in motion, and they tried to get it to him off the motion. One was a screen, and one was looks like a little bit of a quick out. And to the Hills West defense's credit, they've been on top of it both plays.
So 3rd and 9 now for Smithtown West. Here's a good look at Isaiah Woodall. We weren't sure if we would see him in this game. One of the injured Bulls over the middle, looking for Mallory, complete to the 50. Terrific play from Stahl to Mallory. You see it again. Stahl, there was double coverage, but Mallory was there, actually single coverage. The second guy wasn't there on him, but Mallory, you give him single coverage downfield, he's making that catch.
Filardi's the over-the-top player, right? So you just take a little bit off of it and you work on the underneath player a little bit. And that's what Mallory does. He goes up and gets that ball, and ball in the air, it's going to be his. He's got strong hands, and he goes and gets it every time.
He's in motion now, turns, he gets this ball, cuts it upfield. Jack Mallory, another first down for Smithtown West, and that's exactly what you said they're trying to do. Look, you want to get him the ball in different ways, right? And there you saw it as well. He was the man in motion, turned, Stahl hits him, and he cuts it up.
You see right here off the motion, they throw it to him, becomes a screen, and they get the back out. Number 14 gets a block, and you get to see Shook downfield. They get some really good touches, so it becomes a quick screen off the motion, which gets Mallory going down the field, and it gets the back and the tackle out in front of him.
15 more yards for Mallory. There's Antunes finding a hole. Terrific run by Antunes. And that'll move the chains again.
Good looking play right there with the open motion, bringing the second back into the backfield. And they're reading it right there, so you have the potential of triple option coming off that read, going downhill. But the defensive end sat, so he gave it, and he gets up inside. Another first down for Smithtown West.
And you saw the sophomore, Sandy Guerrero, number 70, the right guard with a big block there. Handoff, not much there. Good looking tackle by Connor McLeese, number 55, the senior.
Well, McLeese is the defensive end they're trying to read right there, right? So he was able to chase that down from behind. Maybe next time Stoll might want to pull that ball and go around the corner, depending who the player is, if they have a leg player back there for the quarterback on the pull.
So gain of 1, 2nd and 9 from the Hills West 24-yard line. Another quick out. And there he goes again. Stall, and this time he finds Ethan Alvarado. And Alvarado's that great sort of two-man part of that game with Mallory.
Sure, mix it around a little bit, throw to a different receiver every now and then. It's not just the, it is the Jack Mallory show in many ways, but try to get some other guys some touches, not only to keep the defense off balance, but also keep guys happy and keep them working,
And they've done that. Antunes has gotten his carries, and Alvarado with a few receptions. Where here's Antunes trying to get a first down up the middle. Antunes lowers his shoulder, and he moves the chains. He's down inside the 10. Another good run by Jason Antunes.
I like what Smithtown West is doing. Hills' answer has been blitzing, so they put an edge blitzer there, and Antunes is able to get up inside of it. He runs inside the unblocked defensive end, can't get him, and he runs up inside of it for a first down. So maybe also working against the, what you think is you're going to get. You might get short passing game from Smithtown West. Instead, you're getting run. I really like it.
First and goal for the Bulls. Again, it is Mallory in motion, but the pass goes to number 4, and Ethan Alvarado has the touchdown, a 6-yard touchdown reception, and the Bulls are a PAT away from tying this game up.
Nice ball from Stahl right here on the slant. Down by the goal line. I don't know if he was expecting inside help the corner there, but you lost leverage for sure. He lost inside leverage. Great route, Alvarado, and a great pitch and catch for the touchdown.
So James Martino is your kicker. DeVito will provide the snap. The holder is Max Nicholas. Lefty, PAT, is up, and it is good. 7-all is your score. Smithtown West and Hills West here at Smithtown West. An exciting weekend that we have for you on the Varsity Media Sports Network. This is the start of it. Look at these games we have. Mike and I will be on the call for the big one there. Massapequa, Farmingdale, 2 undefeated teams, 2 longtime rivals. That's going to be a terrific game at Farmingdale. 2 o'clock kick for that one. An hour later, Oceanside Syosset, another Nassau Conference 1 showdown. And then we go to the Catholic High School Football League for a pair of Sunday games. St. Anthony's looking to bounce back off that Farrell loss to take on Holy Trinity. A team looking to bounce back off of a loss to St. John the Baptist. And then it is the Battle of the Boulevard. Holy Cross, St. Francis Prep. Although the Boulevard, not Francis Lewis Boulevard, it's Charles Lindbergh Boulevard. They'll play it out at Mitchell Athletic Complex, West Hempstead, Cold Spring Harbor, in what now seems to be an open Nassau Conference 4. We feel horrible for Josiah Brown. We wish him a speedy recovery, but listen, Brown is out. Malvern was that dog, right? And now it seems like that one is wide open. A little pooch. It is fielded at the 35-yard line by Cade Diaz.
Good job by Diaz fielding that ball. That's a live ball. A kickoff's not a punt, not like a punt. It's a live ball. You have to field it. And you can also fair catch it if he doesn't want to run around with it. A little return right there. And that gives Hills West some great field position at the 37-yard line.
I know you and I are both excited about that game tomorrow. It's always great to come in and call one of those Massapequa-Farmingdale games, and both teams undefeated. Both, right now, the winner has the inside track and the top seed in Nassau Conference 1. Farmingdale beat Massapequa last year in the county final. Both teams won the LIC in back-to-back years, so it's a really quality football game tomorrow afternoon. Handoff on first down comes this way, and a good-looking tackle placed. The runner for Hills West was Luca Baggett.
Good job with the GT right there, pulling the guard tackle, coming around the corner. They get the walled off a little bit and get a nice gain of 6 on first down. So they're ahead of the sticks right now, Hills West, right? We're talking about getting ahead on winning first down. That's what I'm talking about right there, getting 6 yards. Now your playbook's wide open on 2nd and 4 with a lot of run-pass options.
Baggett is a great blocking back, especially in pass pro, but he's a guy who shows there. He also has the ability to run. Filardi on his horse. He's chased down there, tries to cut it inside. Look out, Filardi. The elusive move. Filardi gets it towards the stick. Man, it looked like he was going to be hit for a loss, but he cut it upfield. Impressive stuff there by Filardi. Look at it again. Rolls right. You see 55 chasing him down. Will Noto
keeps that play alive.
Well, that's not Noto. Noto's a long snapper, but he's listed as 55 on our...
That's DeVito.
Yeah, Joe DeVito, you're right.
We apologize for the errors, but that's definitely Joe DeVito. Joe, we got you.
3rd and 2. Filardi quick out. Nice reception, but better pursuit of the football. A pair of Bulls, all wearing 3s. Briffa, number 3. Michael Cassione, number 33. And a big stop there for the Bulls.
Great tackle right there in the open field. And a very good player on a high-quality receiver right there, Rayo. Good defensive play right there, and leaves Smithtown West with Hills with a great decision to make here, a big decision. They're going to go for it.
Again, right, you might get that hard count. You got trips right for Hills West. We've yet to have a timeout called. Here they go. Filardi looks, finds a receiver, a first down, and then some. Michael Redd into the secondary, the senior receiver. Moves the chains for the Colts.
Great pass blocking up front by the offensive line of Hills West, giving Filardi plenty of time. Right tackle got pushed back late, but he had plenty of time to deliver it, and hard to cover those receivers for a long, long period of time.
Flag on the play as Filardi is forced out of his pocket. He gets to his own sideline, but let's take a look at the flag. Charles Groh checks with his officials on this one. Veteran crew this evening out here in Smithtown West. Illegal substitution against Smithtown West.
Hills, to their credit, saw it and snapped the ball quickly. He got the ball off to get the penalty called. Good recognition there by Filardi in the offense, getting the ball snapped to create that 12-man penalty.
Yeah, probably by both, right? From Dad Gerald and from quarterback Joe as well.
So that's a penalty that's tacked on to the
play.
Tacked on to the play.
So that'll push the football to the 16-yard line.
12 men on defense. People think it's a 5-yard foul. It's actually not a 5-yard foul. It's much more significant than that. And it's a big penalty. And
there'll be a conversation among the officials. You hear some of the Smithtown West fans thinking, like as you mentioned, right? It's a 5-yard penalty, but
you know what, Dylan, I'm okay with this. They're trying to get it right.
100%.
Let's figure it out and let's get it right. Let's not make let's not compound up. Let's make a mistake or compound something by not getting it right. Let's move it again and let's get the math right.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. As it looks like they will move further back. So this will be, looks like they're going to move the football back to the 21-yard line, I believe. We're still having.
I think one of the issues, Dylan, is that the sticks got moved right away. But I think where the ball was before, where it was before, and trying to figure it out.
And we'll have, looks like we're good now.
First down.
So we'll stay where we were.
Suffice it to say, for the viewing audience, the home fans are less than thrilled. Can't say if I was that one, if I'd blame them, but I don't know. Either way, there was 12 men on the field, though. It wasn't the penalty call was
that's
correct.
it.
I think it's for yardage and the assessment is the issue.
So after all that, here's Filardi, a terrific fake up the far sideline, dives towards that first down marker.
Filardi has had significant rushing games over the course of the year, so he'll run around with the ball, not just off pass plays and scrambles to rush yardage, but on read plays where he can run the football. So right there, you can see that's a read play where they also pull a lineman there, I believe, to get out in front of him. Looks like number 77. Big number, Charlton Fabrice was up there in front of him. Fabrice Charlton was up there in front of him blocking for him.
Congolo, 51, was there as well, that left side of the Hills West line. So 2nd and 2. Filardi back to pass. Diving for the ball, diving for the touchdown, and there it is. Corner of the end zone, Jesse Brooks.
Great ball and a tremendous catch, diving catch by Jesse Brooks right there. It was in there in an even formation, double formation, 2 receivers on each side. Filardi runs an inside route and Brooks runs a corner route right to the outside route for the pylon. And they call that touchdown. Good catch.
You can see his feet inside the end zone, and really impressive touchdown by Brooks, his 16th of the season. Levy to attempt a PAT. The hold by Filardi. The kick is up, and it is good. So 14-7 is the lead now for the Colts with 5:04 left in this first half. A reminder, we mentioned all those big games in Nassau County. Well, the Varsity Media Sports Network will be the home of the Nassau County Championships. The semifinals and the championships will all be right here. You want to go to varsitymediapass.com to order. We'll have comprehensive coverage. We will be camping out at Stewart Stadium at Hofstra University for the football games, but we also have soccer as well. We've got field hockey, volleyball, all of the big contests this fall here or in Nassau County will be on Varsity Media.
It's awesome. Great job, Nassau County. Setting up with Varsity Media. Suffolk, let's go. Let's get it going here. It's one of these games, Dylan, it's going to be, body blow,
sure.
Back and forth a little bit. Both offenses are pretty prolific. I think they have the advantage on both defenses with the great quarterback play on both teams.
Levy, this one is fielded at the 10. Looks like that's Alvarado running up the far sideline for a short return. We mentioned before, Mike, Ryan Levy. And look at this. Hills West needs to win their final game at Amityville to make the playoffs. They had a 20-year playoff streak happening.
Soccer now we're talking about, right?
Yeah, we're talking about the other football. And check out this highlight here. Ryan Levy, free kick. Look at this one at Amityville. Watch him come in here. Ryan Levy, the best player in League 7 in Suffolk County. We'll see a little trickeration here on the free kick. You go this way, I go that way, and he goes bar down. Levy with the winner. 1-0 for Hills West, and they are in the playoffs for the 21st consecutive year. They started this season 1-5-1. You've got to be 500 to make the playoffs. They came into that game on a 4-1-1 streak. They won that last game, and the Colts, led by Levy, are in the postseason. I spoke with head coach Gerald Filardi that night. Hey, listen, as a coach, sorry, I'm a little bit late. I was at Amityville. Like, oh, well, we know what Levy did. My son pulled it up, showed me the highlight. 6-yard gain from Mallory. Look at this run up the middle. A terrific one, a first down and more. A huge run by number 6, Isaiah Woodall. Good to see Woodall back. Was among the walking wounded for Smithtown West, but there is a flag on the play.
They've been very successful motioning that play. It looks like illegal motion on Smithtown West is the call. They've been doing a great job of motioning that back into the backfield, players in the backfield. You can see they motion him into the backfield here, and they pull a guard and trap it up inside.
Woodall nicknamed Speedy.
Speedy right there, and getting called back though on the illegal motion. I think Coach Perino was too happy with the call. But I like the play design. I like the idea of bringing the second man to the backfield, and then trapping it and giving the lead back the ball.
Now, whether you agree or disagree with any of these calls right now, there has to be this thought, and it's one that Perino probably doesn't want on the sideline, that everything is going against us. All these calls, like, you don't want that sort of creeping into the sideline mentality, but it's been a tough first half for penalties for Smithtown West.
Sure, this way, what you say to the officials and how you act to the officials really does matter sometimes, because the kids can feed off of that. And, just keep playing. Don't worry about it. Just keep going. Can't change it. And I can't. All we do is get our heads right, get our mind right, make the right plays, and don't give the referee a chance to insert themselves in the game.
Woodall gets a gain of 1 on that play. In our conversation with Perino leading in, talked to us about a lot of the injured guys, and Woodall was part of that conversation, but he was thinking there was a possibility that Woodall would have been in for this game. We do see him in and having a contribution. 3rd and 7. Look out. Congolo was the pressure. Deep ball down the field, and that is incomplete. The intended target there was Briffa.
Looks like it's going to be a punting situation for Smithtown West. Took the shot there down the sidelines. And it didn't hook it up on 3rd and 8, or 7.5, 8.
A good pressure by Congolo. There's 51 for Hills West. So it'll be Antunes back to punt. DeVito is your long snapper.
Punting out of an offensive formation right here. It's a different punt formation than you usually see. Great
Good
kick.
looking. Look at that. Oh, it just cradles that sideline. What a punt from Antunes. That is inside the 10.
There's that hit and roll for you, right? Bounce, 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 and off it goes. That odd-shaped object of football. It hits the right way, it just kind of keeps going, yes.
Terrific job by Jason Antunes. We want to remind you guys, stick around at halftime. Our Jared Veluzzi spoke with Anthony Rayo. We also have the Varsity Media Top 10 Plays of the Week, first half highlights, and much more coming up halftime here at Smithtown West.
Sure, you have the combination for Smithtown West of Filardi to Rayo, and Filardi committed to play lacrosse at Syracuse, and Rayo committed to play lacrosse at University of North Carolina. They'll be teammates now, and they'll be opponents in the future.
Yeah.
That's for sure. In the ACC.
And there will be a big fan bus up to Syracuse. I think driven by Joe Spallina on his way up there. A first down run, good cut inside. And there's Rayo. And Rayo this time running the football.
That's the second time they've handed Rayo the football. Get it in his hands, and they've targeted him 8 times in the passing game. So 10 touches already in the half for Rayo. They get the back as the lead blocker out in front. Good job slipping the tackle attempt there by Brian Hope.
And we saw there too, Luca Baggett, right, 25. We talked about him being a great blocking back. You can see it on that play. Here's Filardi, flushed out. Look out, taken down by DeVito. Big Joe makes a big play for the Bulls.
Huge play right there, because on first down, passing down, you get ahead on the sticks right there, but also you had a lot of players in coverage, and the men up front, the rush players, the D-line and the linebackers are coming, they need to win matchups, right? Got to win a matchup, got to win one, and you got to get to the quarterback, get home, and get a sack.
3-year starter is DeVito, the senior, 6'2", 205, starting center as well for the Bulls. No gain on that play, 2nd and 10 from the 28-yard line. Here's Filardi, short out, finds his receiver, and it is Red. And Red will move the chains and stop the clock with the moving of the chains.
I like the play design right there. They motioned the player away from Red across the formation. As man under, the defender went with him, and it left the corner a little shallow right there, and able to cook up that slant right there, and the safety deep. So even though it's 2 over 1, it's really not any tight coverage. So good play design, good pitch and catch right there.
See the numbers on the year for Red. 9 receptions coming into this one, 4 touchdowns from those 9 receptions. So you target him, the odds are pretty good. He's getting the end zone. 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line is Rayo motioning. Filardi goes the opposite way, tucks it under. Filardi tackled and hit by Joe Fitzsimmons. Joey Fitz, the sophomore. A big tackle for the Bulls.
Great solid tackle on a good player right there. I think we have a timeout. But once again, they went with the same play design. They motioned the player from the left to the right, and they looked that way, and the coverage underneath by Smithtown West was very good. So, Dylan, with 1:15 before halftime here and a 14-7 lead for the Colts, you have plenty of time with a couple of timeouts to drive the field to possibly add on to your lead. But you want to be a little careful that, number one, you don't turn the ball over, and number two, you give the ball back to Smithtown West with too much time remaining, because they're certainly capable in 1 or 2 plays of scoring as well.
It's that QR code in the top left of your screen. You want to scan that to follow us here on our social media handles. It's at Varsity Media on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Dylan Butler, Mike Hungerford, our entire Varsity Media crew. Friday Night Lights out here at Smithtown West. We thought we would be treated to a close, good game, and that's what we've had to this point with 1:15 left in the first half.
Sure, there's been scoring, but no shortage of exciting plays, but certainly there's been defense played as well. So we only have 3 scores in the half, and it's some really good offense, but some good defensive plays as well mixed in along the way.
2nd and 11 from the 43-yard line for the Colts off the timeout. Filardi over the middle. What a goal! He dropped it. I was about to say, what a catch by Rayo, one-handed. But when he tried to bring it back in, Mike dropped the football.
That's the play right there. It's man under with 2 safeties deep, and off a little bit of a run fake to try to get Rayo up in the seam, splitting the 2 safeties. Right, if he beats that man, it's off to the race to the touchdown. Just kidding. Love to have that one back, right? If you're Anthony Ramsey, love to have that one back. It was in his hands, and very close to all of a sudden being a huge play for West.
3rd and 11. The chance of defense coming up from the Smithtown West. Faithful on our side of this field. Let's see what Filardi dials up. Has the extra blocker forced out of his pocket, gets on his horse. Filardi breaks the first tackle, forced out at the 40, and he will move the chains.
So elusive, Filardi, right there. He gets stepped up in the pocket and gets some running room, and then breaks it, runs through a couple tackles and makes a man miss. See right here.
And even the smarts there, right, too, tucking it to his left arm away from the tacklers. knowing where he needed to be, and also knowing the time and score, getting out of bounds to stop the clock.
Sure, a minute 15, the play doesn't take too long, doesn't take up too much time, and it puts the ball in the right hand, correcting it out of bounds. Very savvy play by Filardi.
It's Rayo motioning. And look like there's some movement there on the offensive side of things, and the Smithtown West fans with a derisive cheer for the officials, and that'll back the Colts up 5 yards.
A little bit of comedy there from the Smithtown faithful here. But I think it was Rayo in motion, might have been going up the field a little early. I think that's what the fans here have been on the official.
They've seen it.
They've seen the motion off the. And you see it sometimes on football, on college and the pros, that hard motion with them making that turn to get up the field. Can't get up the field early. So.
Good look there at Gerald Filardi, a 1992 graduate of Walt Whitman. Played his way on to Penn State. And that a pass over the middle, a host of tacklers for Smithtown West. It was Brooks who made the reception. We're inside the final minute now of the first half. And a timeout is called by Filardi. He's in his 5th year as the head coach. There you see him. Assistant coaches Rob DeLello, Chris Fetter, Matt Johnson, Mike Zahorius, and Cam Jordan. Remember Cam Jordan a couple years ago, man, when they made their way to the LICs as well? What a baller Cam Jordan was during his time at Smithtown West.
Sure,
Excuse me, at Hills West.
Hills West, strong tradition at Hills West of good football and playing their way deep into the season, into the Long Island Championship.
And I think Cam Jordan was a receiver on Gerald Filardi's other son, Gerald, when he was the QB for this side.
Sure, both sons have been quarterbacks at Hills, and strong tradition of good football there.
Filardi has liked what he's seen. He says, listen, our team is getting better every week. We've been struggling a little bit defensively, especially against the run. Trying to work on that a little bit, but offense has pretty much been the Colts' strong point throughout the year, and trying to just keep them on the field, running the football, but mentioning also they didn't have that 3-and-out mentality defensively.
Sure, I think if you're Filardi, you recognize the strength of your team is offense right now. Starting with his son, a quarterback and the trigger man. And if you have to outscore people a little bit along the way, you're going to have to do that sometimes.
Yeah, and they have scored their points, that is for sure. 2nd and 8 from the 39-yard line. Filardi flushed out of the pocket. Spins, turns, taken down. Joe DeVito again in on the tackle, as well as Joe Fitz. There he is, number 24, Joe Fitzsimmons. So a pair of Joes. 3rd and 8. Clock continues to wind. Filardi. Quick out, going to the sideline is Rayo. Short, though, of the first down marker.
21 seconds left in the half. Ball will be spotted.
Now, Levy, if you're wondering, as there's a timeout called by Hills West. Levy just nailed his first field goal of the year, which sealed that win over Kings Park. It was a 29-yarder. Filardi says, I'm comfortable with him probably within the 35 to 38-yard range, Ryan Levy. So let's see what this conversation is here. 21 seconds remaining as Hills West looks to try to get some more points, Mike, on the scoreboard before the half.
Well, I think you have to get probably to around the 20-yard line or so to give him a legitimate shot at it, right? 20 gives you 30, 37, 36, 35. 15 to 20-yard line probably gets you where you want to get to. But it is 4th down. So if you don't make it, you're not going to give Smithtown very much time to do anything offensively. So you've used the clock down. You have no timeouts left, but the clock will stop, though, on a made first down in bounds and let you move the chain. So you have a chance to spike it if you can get that done.
You mentioned the points this year, 42 against East Hampton to start the year, a big 48-33 win against East Islip, that perennial powerhouse in Suffolk 3. So here we go, 4th and 3 for Hills West from the Smithtown West 33. Filardi, another quick out, turning, making the catch, and moving those chains is Anthony Rayo.
I still like the defensive concept. So you're going to give him first down. You're going to give him a chance to have the ball with 17 seconds and 4 more downs, and he gets out of bounds. But you're not letting him take a deep shot. You're not letting him throw a deep ball in the end zone. So now they have to get at least probably 10 more yards to be in solid field goal range, and 17 seconds. If the ball stopped in bounds, the clock may run out on you. So you have to be a little careful what you do with the ball if you're Hills West.
There's Filardi with Baggett to his left hip. Looks the other way. Good blocking. There's a flag is thrown. Batted down. Did he get a piece of that? Nick Briffa? Well, regardless, this will be a holding penalty, which will bring Hills West back on that play.
So you can see they have a 2 safety concept, right? Lets them drop pretty far deep and range around a little bit. Definitely a holding penalty here on the right side of the line. Good pass rush by Shook. Good reaction by two Smithtown defenders, one playing the ball and one playing the receiver. And that's that 2-on-1 concept you get when you have those 2 safeties. So you have man coverage on them. You have man coverage with some 2 roaming safeties.
So 9 seconds remaining. 1st and 10. Well, 1st and 20, right? At least it looks like from the 37-yard line.
The flags are going to need a rest at halftime a little bit. They're going to be tired for getting thrown on the ground so much this half.
Here comes Filardi. Again, flushed out, chased down, breaks the first tackle, spins it inside, and Filardi looking to make that last play of the half. Still alive, and look at this. Options it behind himself to Brooks. And Brooks, does he get in? Touchdown, Hills West! Incredible final play of the first half. And Jesse Brooks makes that final play after Filardi flipped it to him.
Take looking right, tries to come back left a little bit, doesn't see anybody open, so it's running around for his life there a little bit. Great cutback.
That's one, too, where you had an opportunity, right?
There's that pitch.
And Rayo with a block upfield. And Filardi, look at 11, as well as a lead blocker.
That's a candidate for play of the year right there, Dylan Butler. I would say that's pretty wild stuff going on.
Levy to attempt the PAT. It's held there by Filardi, and the kick is up and good. What a momentum-changing play as the Colts take a 21-7 lead into the half as Jesse Brooks and Filardi. A little bit of trickery here on a Friday night at Smithtown. It's not Halloween yet, but some trick-or-treats there for the Colts as they take a 21-7 lead into the half. You're watching this Section 11 football game presented by Stretch Flow right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Hey everyone, I'm Kyle Collier. I'm the owner of Stretch Flow and the developer of the Stretch Flow system. We're very excited to announce that we have partnered with Varsity Media to help the next generation of high school athletes to recover faster, perform better, and make more plays. Our Stretch Flow system has been developed and tested over thousands of hours with real-world athletes. Our technique uses assisted stretch, soft tissue therapy, and targeted muscle recovery to provide a relaxing, stress-free experience that returns your body back to ideal function so you can stay on the field and win. We know sports are tough, so stay in peak performance and condition with Stretch Flow. You can message us directly on Instagram at stretch_flow, or you can call us at 516-336 9627. But make sure you use the code VM-FLOW to receive your $49 introductory session.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jared Veluzzi, and joined alongside me, Anthony Rayo out of Half Hollow Hills West. And Anthony, this passing attack has been phenomenal for you guys. What do you think makes it so special?
I think it's just the chemistry that we have between all the guys. You know, Joe being one of my best friends, along with Jesse Brooks, we kind of just create that kind of chemistry that we have. He knows where all of us are on the field at all times.
Yeah, and you mentioned Jesse Brooks, and I'm not sure if there's a better, junior wide receiver duo on all of Long Island. I mean, describe that connection between you two.
Yeah, he's a great player. He's very quick, gets in and out routes really fast, so he's almost always open.
Yeah, and also you just recently committed to the University of North Carolina for lacrosse. How come you decided to be a Tar Heel?
It kind of just felt like the right place for me. I had a good connection with the coaches and all the players down there, and obviously UNC is just a beautiful school.
Yeah, and of course, you're doing your thing on the football field now. How would you say going against these amazing athletes on the gridiron really helps your game in lacrosse?
I definitely think there's a lot of things that kind of cross over with lacrosse and football. Running my routes can also help me in lacrosse, kind of with my dodging, all that stuff, and the physicality of the game really kind of translates to the lacrosse field.
Yeah, no, definitely. There's so many good multi-sport athletes here on the island, but now let's get into some rapid-fire questions here. Of course, you do follow college football. Who's your pick for the Heisman right now?
Probably Caleb Williams.
Yeah, no, he might be a lock for it if he, continues to be great besides the Notre Dame game. But all right, who's your favorite actor?
Probably Adam Sandler.
If you could team up with any athlete on all of Long Island for a football season, who are you picking?
Probably Gary Merrill. He's one of my good friends from lacrosse, so it'd be cool to play with him.
Man, I'll get the whole 91 team right there. That would be awesome. That'd be awesome. And who would you say the funniest guy on the team is over there?
I'd have to go with Jesse. He's pretty funny.
And then, finally, what's one of your favorite things to do outside of football and lacrosse and all the madness?
I don't know. Probably this summer I kind of picked it up a little bit, golfing. So, pretty fun.
Yeah, no, golf's amazing. But Anthony, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Everyone, thanks for tuning in. Back over to you guys.
High school sports fans, Varsity Media is the exclusive live stream media partner of Nassau County playoffs. For semifinal and championship coverage of soccer, volleyball, field hockey, and football, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Varsity Media is the home for New York high school sports.
Inside the 10 to the end zone.
Oh, he's got a wide open receiver. AJ Duff.
Get out of the way! Dante Torres! The end zone. Touchdown. 10-5 touchdown. When it comes to advertising, are you hitting the right audience? Why waste your time with television or a free print publication that's given out at a local deli? Varsity Media has your back. With a following of over 50,000 and a local demographic ranging between the ages of 18 and 54 years old, it's time to get that return on investment. Plus, here's the best part. Your ad lives forever on our YouTube page. And with a large on-demand audience, it's a grand slam to advertise with Varsity Media.
Welcome back to Smithtown West High School. Dylan Butler, Mike Hungerford here with you, along with our entire Varsity Media crew. It's halftime, and it is Hills West in this critical Suffolk 3 showdown, leading Smithtown West 21-7. We thought we would have an even back and forth first half, and even though there's a 2-touchdown lead by Hills West right now, we did get that from the first half. It was a very close game between two teams who are pretty evenly matched positionally.
Sure, very close half, and I think that Smithtown West, they had one turnover, and they punted once, and on the other possession, I think they scored right there once they had the ball basically 3 times, And West has had the rest of the time and has made a little bit more of their plays. And certainly Florida has made some really huge plays, in, not just in the passing game, but using his feet, keeping plays alive. The last play before half being a prime example.
It was a great start for Smithtown West. They moved the football. They got 3 first downs on their first drive, which included a historic moment for Jack Mallory. And we'll see it here. Needed 1 reception to come in and break the all-time career receiving record. And you see it here from Stahl to Mallory. That was catch number 130 in his career, passing Connor Coughlin from Patchogue, who played from 2011 to 2013. He had 129. So that was a big moment for Mallory and the Bulls, but a fumble on a handoff after getting in the end zone, getting that called back, then a fumble ensued. Hills West got the ball back, and they did not miss here. First drive, Joe Filardi, a 21-yard touchdown run, breaking a tackle on his way. Filardi, his 5th rushing touchdown of the year. The point PAT by Levy made it 7-0 for Hills West. Smithtown West needed a response, and they would get one as well. They moved the football well on this drive, as it was Stahl finding Alvarado, getting into the end zone. A 6-yard touchdown reception for Ethan Alvarado. The PAT was good, and we were tied at 7. And then we had a little bit of the Joe Filardi show, and what makes him such a special quarterback. Here he is. This is a perfect pass and a terrific diving grab by Brooks. That's a 9-yard touchdown connection. And again, the Levy PAT made it 14-7. And then maybe, Mike, the play of the year in Suffolk County. Let's walk you through it again. Final play of the first half. Filardi looks like he's in trouble, right? No, he's got Smithtown West right where he wants him.
Well, I think right there he looked right, had a 3-man passing concept to the right. All the men were covered by Smithtown, so he started out as a really, really good play.
I love that he continues to block here.
Sure, he cuts left and then cuts all the way back right, pitches the ball, and then blocks a little bit. Rayo I think was a great play, not hitting that man harder, because that would be a foul. That's that blindside block rule that comes into effect of late.
Here's another look at it.
Yep, he looks right. The coverage is really good from Smithtown. He gets out of a couple tackles here. I think they thought he was just going to go out of bounds and maybe save a second, but instead he cuts it all the way back. And how about the adeptness? So he's carrying the ball in his left hand, and he's able in one motion to switch and pitch it with his right hand. That's pretty adept. That's pretty good hand-eye coordination right there, and the pitch and the touchdown.
Also, you saw 56, right? Nolan Dory continuing as a right tackle, making his way down 37 yards down the field, which increased the lead to 21-7. We got Friday Night Lights here. It sounds like we'll have better weather tomorrow afternoon. It feels like every Saturday has been a rainy Saturday on the island for the football season. We had some rain before the start of this one, but I think it's clearing up, and it's a good thing because we got a great football game on hand tomorrow afternoon. A pair of them in Nassau Conference 1. It starts with the big one. Undefeated Massapequa visiting undefeated Farmingdale. That's 6-0 versus 5-0. 2 o'clock start for that one. Join Mike and myself on the call for that. And then we've got Oceanside Syosset, another one that has a lot to play for in Nassau Conference 1, certainly jockeying for positions. St. Anthony's, listen, they want to get one of the top 2 seeds. They are currently, with the power rankings in the Catholic League out, they are number 2 right now. But this is a big one. They end the season at Stepanek, so they cannot let their foot off the gas, especially coming off a loss at home to Monsignor Farrell. Then it's Holy Cross and St. Francis Prep Sunday at 5. And then we head to Nassau Conference 4, where West Hempstead heads to Cold Spring Harbor for a big one there in Nassau Conference 4. But our eyes, our attention, certainly, at least for us, is on that Massapequa-Farmingdale game. Again, we mentioned before, these are two teams, they've won back-to-back Long Island championships. So that's a couple miles apart, right? Like these two towns. Such a rich history of football between the two of them. It is a healthy rivalry. It's a one that's also a lot of respect between the programs. Mike, you've seen it from different vantage points, but this should be a special one tomorrow afternoon.
Sure, Dylan. You said you've called a lot of these kind of games before. I haven't. I'll be on the call with you tomorrow. But I've coached in a bunch of them. I've been lucky enough to say I was able to do that in my life, and I'm pretty proud of it. And I stopped coaching football a couple years ago to have some more free time in some aspects of my life. And I just coach lacrosse now, but I only miss football, coaching football at certain moments of the year. And I do think about it a little bit. Tomorrow at about 1:59, I'll be really thinking about it a little bit. And it should be a great game. Massapequa is a very, very good team. Farmingdale were defending Long Island champs. Massapequa, the Long Island champs, two seasons ago, and just a great matchup with two real star power players in Tyler Villalta and South Pacifico.
And I was about to say, the winner of this game will likely get the top seed in Nassau Conference 1. But that matchup, that guy might have the upper hand now in the Thorpe Award. Those are two Thorpe Award guys in Villalta and Pacifico. It should be a great running back matchup, a great matchup on the lines as well. It should be a lot of fun. Massapequa, Farmingdale, 2 o'clock tomorrow. We'll take another break, and we'll have the second half when we return here at Smithtown West. You're watching this Suffolk County Section 3, or Suffolk Division 3 showdown presented by Stretch Flow on the Varsity Media Sports Network. This is a returnable kick, and it is Cruz to do so. Cruz cuts it upfield. Look at Chase Cruz! Open field! Chase Cruz! There's no flags! Touchdown! Holy Trinity!
As this fourth quarter develops.
Oh, there goes bucket right into the well. As Duff still on his feet, shaking forward. KJ Duff to the end zone will not be denied. Touchdown Friars.
Hey everyone, I'm Kyle Collier. I'm the owner of Stretch Flow and the developer of the Stretch Flow system. We're very excited to announce that we have partnered with Varsity Media to help the next generation of high school athletes to recover faster, perform better, and make more plays. Our Stretch Flow system has been developed and tested over thousands of hours with real-world athletes. Our technique uses assisted stretch, soft tissue therapy, and targeted muscle recovery to provide a relaxing, stress-free experience that returns your body back to ideal function so you can stay on the field and win. We know sports are tough, so stay in peak performance and condition with Stretch Flow. You can message us directly on Instagram at stretch_flow, or you can call us at 516-336-9627. But make sure you use the code VM-FLOW to receive your $49 introductory session.
A youth flag football college experience like no other. An environment where everything is earned. Register your boys and or girls team for the spring 2024 season today. Locations include Massapequa, St. Anthony's High School, East Meadow, and more to follow. 3rd and 10 Flag Football, powered by youthflagfootball.com.
Tearing to my heart, need to paint a picture, praying that my faith won't let me down. Cutting through my soul, there's a world wide open. Look up at the stars, trying to find my moment. Push it till I break, or the clock runs out.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
Welcome back to Smithtown West High School. Dylan Butler, Mike Hungerford, the entire Varsity Media crew. The Bulls have made their way out, as have the Colts, for this second half. And as you mentioned, in the momentum-changing world, that incredible final play of the first half has really given the Colts some added motivation. And that makes, I think, this first drive of the second half critical, right? If they get in the end zone, now they get a 3-touchdown lead on a team that desperately needs to win this game. If they get stopped, maybe now we have a ball game again. So a big first drive here.
I think it's a little bit of gut check time for Smithtown West, right? You're down a couple scores. Hills is getting the ball, I believe, coming out of halftime. They won the toss and deferred, if I'm correct. And it's gut check time. You got to dig in. You got to get a stop, and you got to get the ball back, and you got to get down the field and score and get some momentum back in the game. Because certainly a tough last play and a half, right? A very tough last play. And this is where the game of all sports, but the game of football is so physical. But Dylan, is so much mental and so much emotional, right? That the emotions of the game are a roller coaster sometimes, and they were going down the roller coaster. It seemed like Smithtown, they have to get that back.
And that's been a little bit of the story of their year this year. And Craig Perino, in our conversation with him, says, listen, our kids have played hard all year. We just make mistakes in crucial situations that are just been killing us all year. You've been decimated by injuries, which of course doesn't help. But they are good kids and they play hard, and just we've shot ourselves, he said, in the foot way too many times. If you look at their schedule here, you see right away it started with that loss to Comstock, a game where they also lost a bunch of players, including Carmelo Pace, like first or second play of that game. But that's a difficult loss for them. They bounced back well against Harbor Fields. Listen, they were in the game against Sayville. They were in the game against West Hampton as well. That final score doesn't show you how close that was. East Islip, that was a miss. That was just, sometimes you get those games where it's the matchups don't work out. East Islip, a different animal for a banged-up Smithtown West team. And you see there they end the season against neighboring Hotbog. So Smithtown West right now right at that 8-9 spot if you look at the power rankings. So they need to bounce back here in a big way if they want to continue their playoff push. First year back in Suffolk 3. It's been a long time for them since they've been in Suffolk 3. Of course, they were in Suffolk 2 the last couple of years. A year ago, 5-4, losing in the Suffolk 2 quarterfinals, 28-27 at Lindenhurst. And what a tough way to end that season, where Braden Stahl hit Jacques Lapierre, a 30-yard touchdown, 32 seconds left, fourth quarter. You go for two to win it. The two-point conversion was no good. And that ended their season in Suffolk 2. And now a different look, right? In Suffolk 3. It's Suffolk 2 with North Bab and all those teams, right? West Islip. This is a ground and pound division. This one a little bit different, a little bit more wide open with the quarterback play.
Sure, definitely with Sayville, Eastside Smithtown have had very, very good quarterback play, and the teams are, in West Hampton too as well. Just a little more diverse offensive conference and a little more wide open for sure than the ground and pound of West Islip and North Babb. And how about the other Hills team last week? East comes out, goes over to goes and beats West Islip last week. It was a big win for them, and so the Hills area is alive and well with the sound of football this year. So good for them.
There you see Filardi. He's deep here to receive this James Martino opening kickoff of the second half. Martino instead pooches it, and it's caught there by Rayo.
Smart play by Rayo with the fair catch right there, just taking the ball and taking up the fair catch. And pretty good starting field position if you are Smithtown, if you are Scott
West,
Hills West. The Wests are killing me here tonight, Dylan. I gotta tell you.
You can go Bulls and Colts if you want.
I like that better.
And did we already start the second half on a penalty? I think we do. And this against Hills West. An unsportsmanlike penalty. And you wonder there too. You saw Rayo get not really hit right, you'd say, but certainly grab there and maybe some chatter.
Got pushed a little bit. I'm not really sure. It's. I think you have to be smarter than that. I mean, I think in the course of the game, it's an emotional game and a physical game, and you have to be smart about it. You can't make those mistakes.
So a 15-yard penalty backs the Colts up to the 18-yard line to start their first drive. A big one for Smithtown West. They need to get a stop here to get momentum back on the home side. And Filardi and his guys can certainly go for the jugular here in their first drive of the second half. Filardi motions Rayo. Pace chases him. He goes his way. A flag is thrown as Rayo is forced out of bounds. So this also looks to be, again, against Hills West.
I know, Dylan, there was some discussion here around the half between the faithful in front of us and some of the people in the box about the movement of the motion, off the motion, turning up too early. And you see it in the NFL and in college football as well. Those guys are going in motion as fast as they can, and they're trying to get a little bit of an advantage, right? It's not the CFL. You can't get going up the field too early. And you can see, I think that's the issue right there.
So our official, our white hat, is Charles Groh. And he called a false start.
Might have been illegal formation. Possibly. I didn't see it. I'm sorry. But definitely was some discussion about the motion and him turning up off the motion. You do see it on the games on Saturday and Sunday. They create that turn, their shoulders getting up the field before the ball snap, and it's very close all the time, right? So it's like the Philadelphia Eagles, Wayne Johnson, right tackle, always getting that big stretch step, and you're like, is he offsides? And he's pretty good at timing it up. Challenging the officials. When are you going to call that? How much are you going to call it, right?
So a 1st and 15 now for the Colts. Backed up a little bit further now. 5 yards further than before. Filardi flushed out, runs down that left side, chased down, and this time forced out. Good-looking tackle by Joe Fitzsimmons. Fitzsimmons was the one chasing him down, and Briffa had that final push out of bounds.
Filardi's one of those very elusive, deceptive players where if you're running at him and you don't flatten yourself out and break down and belt buckle him a little bit and get him inside your pads a little bit, he's going to run around you. He's much faster than he looks like he's moving. And I think right there, at halftime, Smithtown probably had to talk about, break down, keep him in front of you, and inside of you is a big factor.
You probably can make comparisons to Gary Merrill, right, who goes to school just down the block from Hills West at St. Anthony's. Both, of course, lacrosse standouts.
Yeah,
There's
both in the
Rayo.
same class, 2025. Yeah. And I would say Merrill is a tremendous runner of the ball, very, very physically tough. And I would definitely say that Filardi throws the ball better. No disrespect to Merrill at all, but just is more of a dead-on thrower. Merrill is a tremendous athlete and a ferocious competitor.
Huge third down here, 3rd and 4.
I mean, Hills hasn't directly ran the ball more than a handful of times in the game. I think 4 or 5 direct runs maybe at the most.
And the out this time to Brooks. He makes the reception, and he will move the chains. It seems like a lot of these big plays we're seeing Jesse Brooks make.
Real simple play, but just run a speed out right there and get the first down yardage. You know, snap, catch, snap, turn, load it, throw on the quick out right there by Brooks. And, you know, that's their version of a running play, right? That's their version of a zone play or a play that you would see. I think tomorrow we'll see some of that, but we'll see some just dedicated run plays for Farmingdale Massapequa. But for Hills, they're so adept at the quarterback spot, but that's like a running play for them.
Filardi needed 38 yards in this game to get to the 2,000-yard mark on the season. We don't have stats here for you, but pretty certain he's there. And Filardi takes it himself. That's read really well. Big tackle by number 14, Jason Antunes.
Like a little sweep read right there with him pulling it. And good defensive play right there. See, there's a pull right there, trying to kick out off the sweep read, and he's good job getting up the field by Smithtown right there and getting ahead of the sticks right now. It's 2nd and 8.
Getting close to your play clock. Filardi gets it off, spins, turns, goes near sideline. This one dropped, though, by Brooks, and that would have been a first down reception.
So, once again, we're back at we call it big. I mean, it sounds like there's so much time to play in the game, and we're talking about big plays, but if Smithtown West can just get off the field and feel that momentum of getting a stop, right, that'll be big for them. Two things have to happen in Dillon if you're Smithtown West. You have to cover, and you have to be prepared for a Filardi scramble and run if the receivers aren't open right away.
Filardi scramble coming to a Dix Hills diner near you. Filardi to his left. Looks for an intended target. That is no good. It was Rayo, the intended receiver. And this does bring up 4th down, and it appears like the Colts will punt.
Yeah, they ran a little sprint out right there, right? You know, to his left. And ball a little off target, a little bit of a tough throw right there, and rolling away from his strength, from his right hand, cutting the field in half.
So Levy to punt. Looks like it's Mallory deep. Low snap, and he had his knee down. So the snap came from Rayo. Levy trying to catch the football, had his knee down. So big break, watch it again.
Huge play, the low snap.
Right there.
Yep, left knee is down. That's really good officiating right there. Really good job by Charles Grover standing right there. Sees it happen, blows the whistle, and it's a little bit of what the doctor ordered for Smithtown West, and certainly not the way Hills wanted to start. They have a couple penalties, a couple miscues, and you're giving Smithtown West a perfect opportunity now with the ball deep in your own territory at the 21-yard line.
Here's Stahl on the field for the first time in this second half. All-county selection a year ago. Motions Mallory left to right. Goes his way. Mallory with a blocker on Antunes. Spins it back the other way. Mallory. Now he's got a blocker and Stahl in some space. Jack Mallory inside the 10. Mallory, touchdown! Smithtown West. 21 yards to the house. That was all. Jack Mallory.
Filardi, Jack Mallory said, Filardi, you can make a play, I can make one too. He's backing away here and has to spin around. I'm not a huge fan of the screen being thrown that way. It's hard to get started, but now he goes the other way. Cuts back. And there's a block by Stahl right there, getting a little piece, and Mallory does the rest. Touchdown. Big 6 there for J-Mel.
Martino with the kick. The holder was Nicholas. That kick is good. And there's another look you see there at Mallory. Started today's game setting a record. Now he might get himself into the top 10 plays of the week as well with that terrific individual effort by Jack Mallory.
Dylan, tell Jack he's going to do a lot more work before the game's over. Get a little bit bigger glass of water before you go back on the field right there. Tell you what, we've seen some of the great playmakers in all of Suffolk County here tonight. Rayo, Filardi, Stahl, Mallory. They've come to play tonight.
And there's another look. Mallory, another reception to add to his career record, and then just makes a play. This is his 9th touchdown of the season. Really had to work for it, that is for sure. Gets 21 yards the hard way.
I'm excited. How about Congolo, though, chasing the screen, putting himself, his team's in a good place to get a stop, and Mallory just saying, no, I'll do you one better, I'll cut it. And that's where you talk about defensively, right? Halving the field. Where's the backside of the Hills defense, right? All 11 guys can't chase that football. You got to get in lanes. You can't, get behind another man's shirt, stack yourselves up. You got to space yourselves out, and Mallory takes advantage on the backside.
Martino, another short kick, and another one fielded by Rayo. So here we go, 21-14, your score, and Hills West coming back on the field after stalling on their previous drive, and Smithtown West getting the answer pretty much right away.
We talked about it at halftime, Dylan. Like we mentioned, what direction is this game going to go, right? Is it going to go where Hills is going to drive and score in that first series and make it a 3-score game? Or is something going to happen? It's going to give Smithtown West something. They're going to get a stop. They're going to get life. And I think, a couple good defensive plays and the unfortunate for Hills West, the kneel down on the pump, the knee down and the very next play. Turnover down, bang, there it is. Smithtown West is now, we got a game.
We do have a game. Hills West, 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line. Let's see what the response is. Filardi calls his own number, cuts it up the left side. Filardi breaks a tackle into the secondary. Filardi still on his feet, and he's finally taken down at the 45-yard line of Smithtown West. And again, it's about the tackles. Broke some tackles on his way there for a big run.
Sometimes when the quarterbacks and the secondary guys are going low, thinking they can get him down pretty easily, but he slips a lot of tackles in the secondary on low tackle attempts. He's very shifty. And right there, you had Rayo in the backfield motioning in and being a lead blocker right there, and a nice block by Rayo. So showing his versatility on the offensive end, not just a receiver and a rusher, but also a blocker.
1st and 10 from the Smithtown West 45-yard line. Hills West, a 21-7 lead here on the road. Filardi back to pass, airs it out, looking for Rayo, and that one is incomplete. That's one of the things, too, that Gerald Filardi said, listen, we're excited to go on the road and have Friday night lights. We don't have lights at our facility at home, so a cool opportunity for them down the stretch of this regular season to play a couple of these Friday night lights contests here at Smithtown West and a bit further east to take on West Hampton.
Sure, you see right there, they tried to hit Rayo up on the deep post, but there was double coverage. You have a safety over the top, and the inside other defender on the inside of him. So they really forced him to throw a perfect ball to Rayo there to hook that touchdown up. And if it's not perfect, it's not going to work. So good attempt by the Hills guys taking a shot on it, but Smithtown West with good defense right there.
2nd and 10 from the 45-yard line. Filardi under pressure, back foot, incomplete. A terrific pass breakup by Max Nicholas.
Big play by Nicholas right there. If he doesn't make that play, he could be running onto Jericho Turnpike. He got plenty of room. Good pass rush.
And Tunez providing that. Huge play by Nicholas.
Red could have just kept running right out through the stadium and could have been running on.
He could have ran right to the smoker, got himself a burger there. 3rd and 10. Filardi rolls right, has his target, pushing himself forward is Rayo, but he'll be short of that first down marker. Oh no, did he get it? He did get it. At first glance, Mike, I thought he was short, but they're moving the chains.
It looked like he was a little bit, but I think he just leaned over a little bit towards the end of the play. You can see on the quarter roll here from the sprint out, just gets Rayo on that flood concept.
Tackle by Briffa. So 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line.
That's got to be the about the 20th either target or touch for Rayo in the game. He's been the number one target for Hills all night.
Filardi goes this side. That's an incomplete pass. Different target this time. Went to Mason Reish, the junior tight end.
So you see the concept right there. So they're motioning that inside receiver across the formation to the left side, leaving a single receiver alone. That's taking one coverage player with him. And they have a corner and that deep safety to that side of the field, 2 over 1. But the 1 is very deep, so they're trying to hook up that short pass there. Incomplete, but they used that concept successfully in the first half, to the motion side and away from the motion side.
That's Brooks at the bottom of your screen. Filardi, pressure comes, goes Brooks' way, and that's a completed pass.
They had a free rusher off the edge right there, so that guy trying to get home right there, it just was a second late, and Filardi felt it and got the ball to Brooks. I'm really impressed by Brooks. You see the free rusher coming, and he just gets it off, and Brooks, Mr. Reliable, comes down with the ball.
You always need that second guy, right? Like you've got a main guy. Like here it's Mallory for Smithtown West. You need that second guy, and there's not many better second guys on the island than Brooks. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Inside handoff. Looks like that's Rayo, right? Pushing forward, trying to get the push. Bit of a rugby scrum. Whistles are blown, and it was Rayo on the carry.
I know maybe the 6th or 7th dedicated run play from Hills. A direct run play, not a scramble or a quarterback run off a pass play. He's trying to keep the defense honest. I think that's what Smithtown West is kind of giving Hills, but they're also able to complete those shallow balls underneath, so keeping drives alive. A little bend but not break concept here from Smithtown. They said they've been giving up some huge plays, right? And Dylan, in previous games, and only one really big play today was that play before halftime by Filardi.
2nd and 8 from the Smithtown West 23-yard line. Here's Filardi. Checks his options, and now he gets on his horse. Chased down by 2. Filardi gets towards the sideline, and he gets out of bounds.
Good downfield coverage by West, and a great decision by Filardi to pull that ball down and run.
Filardi getting the call from his dad on the sideline.
I like the fact that Filardi really hasn't tried to force the ball into a bad spot really yet, and it's not throwing that ball that's like the oh no ball or the oops ball or the I'm just trying to be the gunslinger ball that I'm going to throw a pick anyway. I'm just trying to force it in there. He hasn't really done that. He's been very selective and been very smart with his decision making.
Filardi, empty backfield, pump fakes. Points out a receiver, goes end zone, incomplete. This will be a pass interference. And the reason why it will be is because you see the defender on that play, Josh Hoffman, never turned around to face the football. He face guard, but it's a pass interference against Smithtown West. So another costly penalty for the Bulls. Watch 20 on the top of your screen.
Good pass rush. Yep, he doesn't, he just
You've got to turn to face.
It makes contact with the receiver there. The ball's in the air, so that's kind of an easy call for the officials. Can't really make that contact. If you're facing the ball and you make the contact, it might be okay. But when you're not looking away from the ball, it makes it a little tough. It really is a great pass rush by Smithtown. They had gotten them out of the pocket. He threw kind of a little bit of a desperation ball there. But some heavily self-inflicted wounds by West, right?
1st and 10 from the 11. Filardi rolls it this way. Filardi tips again, incomplete. I think it went off Arroyo's hands first, then it off the hands of Mason Reish.
That could have been one of those plays where he's scrambling and tries to throw it back a little bit.
That looked like with the jersey, looked like that was Montana, right? Rolling, looking for Dwight Clark.
Yes, they have a very similar color scheme to the San Francisco 49ers. Dylan is reaching way back deep in the annals of football. Not so deep for me, but maybe deep for many of the viewers.
That was one of the greatest plays in football history, no?
Joe Montana the other night was over there at Notre Dame and standing by the locker room congratulating guys. And a couple guys walked in and they didn't know who he was. The important guys knew.
2nd and 10. Brooks was in motion. Does he go his way? It does go to Brooks, in and out of his hands. Incomplete. It looked like, did Nicholas get a piece again?
He was right there, Nicholas. They brought that inside motion of Brooks and ran him inside up and down the chute a little bit. I like that play design and the action. You can see Brooks motions inside and then gets up the field. I think Hills West may come back to that play at some point before the end of the game. I like that movement and that motion and the action off the play to Brooks.
Wind starting to pick up here at Smithtown West. It's been a dry evening, though. 3rd down. 3rd and 10 from the 11. Here's Filardi. Cuts it inside. Nice tackle. And Filardi's taken down by Brian Hope. Keep hope alive.
We still have hope. 4th down. Looks like he might have a field goal here.
So Ryan Levy on to, let's see what he's going to attempt.
I think, Dylan, this is a smart decision by Hills. You have a good kicker, and you've dominated some aspects of the game, and you're up by 7 right now, and right now this could put you up by 2 scores. So you want to try to extend that lead when you can.
25-yard attempt has made his only one from 29. Filardi is the holder. That kick is up, and it is no good. Hooked it left, and off that big play from Hope. There is some hope now on this sideline and in these stands of Smithtown West.
Say it all the time, Dylan. Football is an emotional game, and momentum changes on the emotion of the game, especially when you have guys playing both ways, like high school usually does.
We'll take a look as we have an opportunity here to check out the Speed Island. Actually, we'll come back to that as Smithtown West coming onto the field. That's a little bit of a tease in the TV biz. What is it, maybe, is what you're saying? What is the Speed Island?
Maybe there's one more shot at it. Maybe Smithtown West has got one more shot at it right now.
Maybe. 1st and 10 from their own 20. Smithtown West. They scored on their first play of the second half. That's Mallory in motion. Handoff to the right side. It's Antunes. Look at the push. Jason Antunes. And what a upfield blocking by Anthony Alaka, number 74, your left guard. He's your reserve starter. What a job by Alaka upfield. Watch 74 on this play.
Yep, there it is.
But he continues. He's not done there.
Yep, just get a piece.
Love
Keep
it.
going.
Love it.
And I like the tendency breaker on 1st down. Mallory in motion. They're going to throw the ball again. They hand it off, and that's how they started the game, running the football. Smithtown West. So I like that. There it is again.
This time it's Woodall, but right into the teeth of that Hills West defense, and that's a little bit of the book on Hills West. They've struggled against the run this season, and even Filardi said we've been dealing with that. We've been trying to work on that. So yeah, why not give them a little bit of a taste of that?
Salvatore Santoro up front at DT making the play right there.
We haven't heard the last of Sal Santoro. We'll get to meet him as this game moves along. That's also a tease in the biz.
See that speedy tease? Now we have to. Yeah, what a
a lot of teasing going on here. Boy, that's offside on the D.
Yep. So now you see, the couple mental mistakes. One mental mistake made there by Hills.
And that came from that right side of the line.
Looks like he had a player coming up to come off the edge, and he came a little early.
Gurneel Parhar called offside on that play. Sets up a manageable 2nd and 4 for Smithtown West.
Smithtown West went from being behind the sticks to being ahead of it right now on 2nd and 4 with a pretty wide open playbook here, but I'd like to see him run something that just keeps the ball moving and keeps him getting a first down.
Stahl looks for Alvarado and just overthrows the receiver. Elijah is speedy. That is his nickname, but a little bit too far for the senior.
That's kind of what I referenced before the play, Dylan, is that you took a shot there right there on 2nd and 4 and a long 4, almost 5, and now you got 3rd and 5. If you don't make it, you have to punt from this part of the field, and you don't have 2 downs to play with. And I'd like to see him just try to throw a hitch or something short and get the first down or keep the ball moving.
That's Antunes to Stahl's left hip. Stahl over the middle, and that's the money ball. Mallory spins, turns, gets the first down.
Mallory makes that look so easy. That ball had heat on it. Stahl, he swung that one in there, and he makes that catch look easy. You see here, Stahl just reaches back.
Isn't that a great safety blanket if you're the QB, right? Like, we need to move the ball here. Let me just sling it to number 2.
That might be his 6th, I think 6th or 7th catch of the night. So, yeah, that's why he's got 136 of them, right?
I feel bad for Dad. Isn't able to be here. We know that he's somehow watching, right? It's Connecticut homecoming. He's the athletic director. There's Woodall pushing it up the middle, getting the push from the guys up front as well. Woodall lost his lid, so he's got to leave the field on that play.
Good little push up front right there, though, from the interior of the offensive line. Yeah, a little zone insert right there. And
70, Sandy Guerrero, the sophomore.
Even
sophomore right guard.
Even you have Altunes in there, I believe it was.
Yeah, Altunes, 14.
Leading it up in there on the split zone.
Mallory's motions to the other side. There's Antunes getting the first down. And a couple more as well for Jason Antunes. He has run the football really well tonight.
Run with aggression, downhill, shoulders, square, downhill, knees, elbows, shoulders, yak yardage, yards after contact. Gotta love it. There's a play right there. Doesn't want to see things go downhill on the season. He wants to win this game.
Fresh set of downs for Smithtown West from the Hills West 41. It's like Woodall back in. Fake goes his way. Stahl dances out of trouble, looking for Mallory. Still looks. This time he'll just get himself out. Ooh, that's a late hit. And you know what? If you call that, Mike, if you call that in the first half against Smithtown West, that's got to be a call the other way, I think.
I'm not really sure why that's okay, and it wasn't okay an hour ago. And he's fleeing, he's getting off the field there. It's. I'm a little unsure why it's a penalty in one part of the game and not in the other, but I've been asking that for 31 years, so what do I know?
So a non-call there, and also on top of it, a loss of 2.
I like Stoll not trying to force it there. Though.
Sure.
I think he was going to try to put it in a little bit of harm's way.
There's Woodall. Cuts it outside from the 40. Pushes forward, and what an aggressive run by Woodall.
Good push by the left side of the lineup there. You know, good push up front. And Woodall just with a great bounce and a cut. You see it on the replay. Aloka, you said he was the replacement, right, Aloka?
Alaka, yeah.
I'm sorry, with a good block. Sorry for the pronunciation.
K. Diaz with the tackle for Hills West. Moving the chains. Woodall. 1st and 10 from the Hills West 30.
Solid drive by West right now.
Quick out. It's Alvarado. Speedy gets on his horse. Speedy. Touchdown. For 30 yards to the house for Ethan. Speedy. Alvarado. And Smithtown West, a PAT away from tying it.
We've had some great nicknames this year, Dylan, and he lives up to his right there with Speedy.
Meep, meep.
They run the screen. They try to get the back out on Malloy with a good block. You never get a successful screen without some good blocking.
So Martino on for the all-important PAT. The holder is Max Nicholas. End over end, and that kick is up and good. We said before, we've got the Speed Island Speedy play of the game. We thought we had it. Now we know we have it. And who else, of course, but Speedy.
Pump the brakes, Dylan, pump the brakes. Here we go.
Here it is.
Good job by number 71. Getting out in front there, releasing that left tackle.
Logan Tynebor.
So that's part of that now screen where you just throw it out there, can try to get the back involved, and he picks all the guy. The tackle free release is quick into the alley, and you have a receiver, a tackle, and a running back all trying to block. And then all the receiver has to do if the blocks work out is make the safety miss.
That is your Speed Island Speedy play of the game, located in Garden City. Improve your speed today with Onyx Selva and the crew at Speed Island. If there was ever a player who should get the Speedy play of the game, it is Speedy himself.
We've had some great nicknames the last few weeks. I can't stop talking about some of the nicknames. They've been great. And I have another one, Speedy.
Well, we had a few from St. John Baptist last week, right?
Cujo
was one. And, a little miscommunication. This one fumbles for Hills West. So what seemed like a simple play became a little bit difficult. Rayo able to recover at the 20.
Rayo's, Johnny on the spot a little bit right there, falling on that ball. But, you talk about momentum and body language, Dylan. You just stand up here and you watch and you can see it. There's a hop in the step of the Smithtown guys right there, a little bit. They're not just a little bit more in their body, and you see the Hills guys are a little bit like
a little tight right now.
What happened right now? We had this thing, and we'll see what direction this is all going to go right now.
2:05 left in the third quarter. We are tied at 21. Filardi back on the field. Quick out. And there's his safety valve, right? Anthony Rayo, but a great tackle, open field tackle by Briffa.
See, that's okay. Rayo gets another touch. He gets about 4 yards right there. It's like an extended run, but you just come up, you just trap the ball, you tackle it, and you just can't give anything up deep. If you're Smithtown West, don't change the plan right now. Play with the two safeties. Tell them you can run the ball up inside maybe if you want, but it don't seem like they're very willing to do that right now. And don't give up the big play down the field.
5-yard gain on first down, 2nd and 5 for the Colts. The quick one, this one dropped by Rayo. Some physicality there by Michael Cassione. Cassione, a guy who was in the secondary, but with pace back, was able to move up to linebacker to help solidify that unit.
Sure, I think he is moving close to the football. He's not an aggressive, nose to the ball kind of player right there, and maybe been a little bit of a fish out of water at deep further away from the ball, maybe a little bit. Looks a little better now, closer to the football. And, you know, if you Hills West, but you're just taking what the defense is giving you right now. You just got to make those plays. And, you know, third and 7, they're probably going to give you something short all over the middle. You just got to take it.
Trips right. Filardi goes that way. Throws it to Rayo. Breaks the first tackle. Breaks the second one. Pushes forward and gets the first down.
It's fun. I don't know what some people call it, that kind of sprint flood concept right there, the 3 receiver in the pattern concept right there, and you can see you have the back blocking, he sprints, and you have a couple out, you know, design patterns right there, and Rayo gets one of them for the first down.
So Pace, number 8, with the tackle. But a big first down for the Colts.
You know, with Rayo and Brooks, you have your little Batman and Robin combination, you know, going on there, right? But Rayo is certainly the security blanket.
And there is that flag that the Smithtown West fans have been looking for all game. False start against the offense.
Oh, yeah, we've seen some great plays cutting back and finding the open field, but we haven't seen any trickeration yet.
Well, we did at the end of the half, but
yeah, that's just making a play and running around. But the coach didn't draw that up, though. You know, that's just great athletes making plays, but I mean like a design trickeration play where we have double pass, reverse.
Let's see, Coach Hungerford may be calling for something here. 1st and 15 from the 29. That's Brooks in motion. Gets the ball, rounds the left side. Brooks into the secondary, breaks a tackle, gets the first down. Taken down by Nicholas, but he moves he's just shy of the chains.
Good run by Brooks. He had a safety coming down here right there, and he kind of evaded that tackle right there. And I think if you're Smithtown, you would have liked to get him on the floor a little earlier rather than give up 8 right there.
3 quarters in the books, and we are as we were when we started. We are tied. A terrific Suffolk 3 showdown. It's all right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
A youth flag football college experience like no other. An environment where everything is earned. Register your boys and or girls team for the spring 2024 season today. Locations include Massapequa, St. Anthony's High School, East Meadow, and more to follow. 3rd and 10 flag football powered by youthflagfootball.com.
Tearing through my heart, need to paint a picture, praying that my faith won't let me down. Cutting through my soul, there's a world wide open. Look up at the stars, trying to find my moment. Push it till I break, or the clock runs out.
Back here at Smithtown West, Dylan Butler and Mike Hungerford. Across the way, that's Gerald Filardi and his coaching staff, talking about how they can regain momentum here, take a lead on the road. They were up 21-7 at the break, and it's been all Smithtown West in this second half.
Well, one thing I like to talk about is game pressure, Dylan. Like, where does the game pressure lie? Who does the pressure lie on? And coming out of halftime, the pressure was clearly on Smithtown West, right? Because they had to do something, otherwise they were on the verge of maybe, you know,
their season might have been in jeopardy.
It still might be, but the game pressure is certainly, I think, by Smithtown West getting, by Hills West getting a couple first downs, they've rebalanced it a little bit. But the pressure was certainly on their shoulders when they got that ball off the kickoff.
So here we go, 2nd and 2 from the Hills West 42. Filardi rolls right. Quick out right at that marker. This will be an interesting call as Rayo was pushed backwards, but it looks like the spot will be at the 45, which will move the chains.
Looks like a pretty good spot to me. I think forward progress, he definitely had the first down and then got dragged backwards. He didn't give up ground. He kind of was dragged backwards by the defense. So
another reception.
There's that flood, right? So you have 2 levels of outs. You have a shallow out. You have a deeper, like a 10-yard out. You have your speed out. You have your 10-yard out. And then you have your vertical up the sidelines. You know, and your 3-level flood concept with a sprint by the quarterback.
is one of 2 games on the Varsity Media Sports Network tonight. The other one, a good one as well, in Nassau. Get to that in a moment as Filardi rolls out, looks deep, bobbling and dropping. The football was Rayo.
Good coverage right there, squeezing up to the small part of the field. Good coverage right there. Looked like that was Hoffman in coverage right there. Josh Hoffman squeezing him to the short part of the field. A small area of the field with the sidelines and made Filardi throw a perfect ball that Rayo couldn't come down with.
In that other game, Southside leading Plain Edge 14-13.
Southside undefeated and having a really good season. Was actually scored upon for several games. I think Lindbrook might have been the first team to score on them. And, tremendous number of seniors at Southside. And Plain Edge giving them everything they can handle.
That one late third quarter. Here's Filardi, turns this way, goes back the other way.
He's going to get
for options.
It's going to get called back, Dylan. He got an illegal motion penalty. The officials are onto that motion now a little bit. I think they've heard Coach Perino complain quite a bit about it, and they've decided to.
And there it is. As it has been, as you mentioned earlier, a busy evening for Charles Groh and his officiating staff. But that's Southside, sorry, Mike, that's Southside Plain Edge. That's Nassau 3. So obviously the winner of that, the winner of this meets in the LICs, and it seems just wide open. Certainly in Nassau, Plain Edge has been that team these last few years, and Sayville has been the team here the last few years.
Plain Edge has been on an excellent run. Really, really good job there by the coaching staff and the players, the community, just being a huge football community in Nassau.
Bought in, yeah. 3rd and 10. Filardi. Ooh, that's nearly intercepted by Nicholas.
He was trying to throw that seam route right there. I don't think the receiver and Filardi were in tune.
Yeah.
I don't think they were in tune right there. I don't think Brooks looked for the ball. He threw that ball way more inside. I think he thought Brooks was coming across the middle a little bit more. Dylan, I said before the game, the teams that get a couple stops at half would have the advantage to win the game. He's got to get a couple stops. Smithtown West this game has gotten 2 stops this half. In the first half, Hill's got the stops. So
Levy back to punt. This one backs up Mallory at the 15. Runs up the far sideline. Quality return for Mallory. You mentioned Carmelo Pace before. Well, let's get to know Pace a little bit more. He's a future Hopkins-bound lacrosse guy. His best bagel spot is right here in town, Stuff a Bagel. His go-to is the plain bagel, lightly buttered with some bacon. He's going to be the Joker this Halloween. Favorite vacation spot is down in Myrtle Beach. Carmelo Pace.
I like the Joker.
That's an inch. I haven't heard of that combination. That butter, lightly buttered, and some bacon there. I know the bacon, egg, and cheese, obviously, but
I love bacon, but I don't know if I could do it without the eggs.
Yeah. 1st and 10 from the 36. Handoff. And Antunes comes this way. The freight train down the sideline. Antunes still on his feet. And Filardi, one of the tacklers for Hills West. But the Antunes train, it was an express train.
Downhill. Well, you see, here it comes. They pull it a kick out. Good stiff arm right there. Ball in the outside hand. A couple good blocks on the edge. And now he's not going out of bounds. Out of bounds. Filardi's thinking, I want to push him out. He's not going out. I'm dragging you guys for 5 more.
Briffa had that upfield block, excuse me. Now you go to the other side of that. It's Woodall getting close to the 20-yard line.
That was an attitude run by Altoona right there, right? Here I come. I'm coming downhill on you, and you got to tackle me. Pushing me out of bounds isn't enough. You have to tackle me. Big difference, Dylan.
And now Woodall comes out, and Antunes back in.
He just flipped the field in 2 plays.
Fakes it to Antunes. Goes end zone, looking Mallory's way. And that one was incomplete.
Looks like a little angle flag route to the pylon there by Mallory, and the ball. Good coverage by Hills. Needed a perfect ball right there, but you got to take a shot to Mallory. You have to take a couple shots to him. You definitely have to, and put the ball in a spot he can go get it. And I'm a firm believer if the ball's near him, he's going to come down with it.
3rd and 5 from the 21-yard line. What does Craig Perino have dialed up here for the Bulls? It's Woodall back in at running back. Mallory's motion to the right. They go the other way, turning. That's a broken play, and I mean, what a terrific tackle by Red. A hit for a loss to Silos, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, you know, I'm not sure. I hard to not being tough on coaches, but I'm not sure I like that play call right there. Just in terms of Mallory, maybe a little bit of a decoy, but he's your guy. You got to get the ball in his hands. You got to give him a shot.
That was a great tackle, though, by Red. So here we go, 4th and 10. Stahl, quick out, and there, look at this! A little hook and lateral! And it's Speedy getting it from Mallory.
There's your trickeration right there, Dylan. I called for it.
As you see the rain coming down here at Smithtown West. Take a look again.
Throw the out to Mallory.
Oh, fantastic.
Tosses it up. There's your hook and ladder. Nice.
4th down conversion. 1st and goal from the 4. And Antunes. Oh, he is cut down. A good-looking tackle by our guy, our impact player for Hills West. It's Congolo.
They had a run dog on right there with both inside backers coming in the gaps, and he tried to bounce that right away. And there's our defensive Congolo, our defensive highlight player before the game, making the play for a loss.
2nd and goal from the 8, off of that loss of 2. Stahl looks end zone. That was a tough one for Mallory. Red was in coverage.
Tried to go whip route to Malloy right there, which is an inside out that spins out to an outside route. And good coverage by Hills. Look like they have a second man over Mallory deep in the end zone. Tries to go short there to him and couldn't get it to him.
It's now 3rd and goal from the 8.
I'd like to see a little mesh concept maybe here with Mallory, the other inside receiver running a little high-low across the middle if you have enough time to get it to him.
Quick out to Alvarado, spinning towards the end zone, and he is shy. Alvarado, the reception, which will set up a 4th and goal.
A lot of traffic out there. Good catch by Alvarado. That's one of those like, oh no, yes, oh no kind of plays. The ball got out there quick and a lot of players around.
So we'll talk it over here for Smithtown West. They will call a timeout. 8:01 left in the 4th quarter. Smithtown West trying to take their first lead of this game. We are here at Smithtown West High School. See here, Walt Whitman back in the day was a teacher here in the district. And of course, East and West both sharing the Bulls name. And there you see some of the alums. A pretty nice list there. Of course, our buddy Rob Pinnell, Soledad O'Brien, and Frank Coronado as well.
Sure. So if Walt Whitman taught here, and this is called Smithtown West, why is South Huntington called Walt Whitman?
That's a good question. So their last 4th down play had some trickeration, the hook and lateral.
Where the ball is located here, I'd like to see maybe a little sprint out action to the wide side of the field, multiple receivers.
And Túnez lowers his shoulder, pushes towards the end zone. Touchdown, Smithtown West.
Dylan, I could have been more wrong, but I so like the play call because it's like we're going to put it on the offensive line. We're going to get up inside, run that football. Let's go. Get it blocked up on 4th and goal. You want your playoff hopes alive. You want to get in, get it done right now. They tightened the receivers down that formation and ran it up in there, and they got across the goal line.
Here we go. James Martino on for the point after. Max Nicholas is your holder. Kick is up, and it is good. The snap was by DeVito, and the Bulls have taken their first lead of this game, and it comes with 7:57 left in the fourth quarter.
You know, Nicholas, we've called his name, but he's made some big plays defensively. What a great hold right there. That snap was high. What a great job getting it down and getting it through by the operation right there from Smithtown West. But Nicholas made a few big plays on defense, you know, knocking balls down and getting a few runs in there and everything. Great stuff.
Take a look at the Hills West schedule this season, and listen, they made noise right there, right? Week 2 in that 48-33 win over East Sidestep. We had them on that rainy, nasty Saturday day at home against Sayville. They took their lumps against the Golden Flashes. They've bounced back for back-to-back wins against ESM, against Kings Park, and they're in this battle here ahead of their regular season finale on the road against the Hurricanes of West Hampton.
I think, you know, I'd like to have seen that Hills West game versus Sayville in a dry conditions where Hills could, like it is tonight, could have thrown the ball a little bit more effectively. I still think Sayville's a better team, but I think the game might have been a little closer.
Martino, fair catch called at the 35-yard line by Jesse Porter Bell.
Good job on the specials from Hills West, just managing those short pooch kicks, which can be pretty problematic at times for teams to handle.
Well, you have an opportunity. Let's get to know one of the Smithtown West guys. It's Sally Boy, Sal Santoro, their starting center. His favorite pizzeria slice. Listen, we just stay at home, right? They got the brick oven in the backyard and Dad's famous Meat Lovers pizza. His Halloween candy, I'm respecting that. Kit Kat. And he's the hoodie guy. He's not the zip up guy, but
linemen gotta be hoodie guys. They can't be zip up guys. Come on.
I was like, is it Santoro and Son there? The pizzeria? No, just in the backyard. Here's Filardi coming this way. Tackle by Joey Fitz.
A little dedicated quarterback run right there, running a little quarterback lead into the boundary with the blocker. Gets 4 yards. It's a good play by West right there. Just maybe, you know, flipping the script on throwing the ball so much.
Fitzsimmons, just a sophomore, 33 tackles on the year coming into this one. 1 tackle for loss, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery.
The D-line from Smithtown has played really hard and has gotten a lot of pressure at times. Let's see what they can do here.
Filardi rolls right. A lot of numbers there as well. But Reich picks it up. What a tough ball to catch, man. There were a lot of guys in that zip code.
Tough ball to catch, great catch. I think one of the coaches on the sidelines caught it a little bit too when there was a little collateral damage at the end of the play. Hope he's okay.
He'll wind this clock. 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line.
You can see that Hills definitely respects the Smithtown pass rushes come. They've had a lot of sprint outs in the second half with Filardi, not with many straight dropbacks.
Filardi just slings it sidearm, nearly intercepted, but it goes to Rayo. We saw Cassione in, and listen, if he gets that football, it might be a pick 6, but it went into the reliable arms of Rayo.
But, you know, to Smithtown West credit defensively, they're just forcing the underneath throws, the short throws, and they're coming up and rallying to the football and trying to get the receiver on the ground before he can get big yak. You know, because big rack, but you know, run after catch, and And they've done a good job of that so far.
And a flag on the play, and that movement that you mentioned, false start on the offense. That's being called now more frequently in the second half. So this will push the Colts back 5 yards.
They just subbed out the entire defensive line. They put in 3 guys that have eligible numbers at the defensive line, which means they're going to rush the passer.
You see 14 right among them. That's Jason Antunes. He's been in. He's a starter there, but you see 19.
Now they have 3 other guys who are all low numbers, and they're just speed guys. They're just coming as hard as they can go. They're expecting pass.
Second down, Filardi over the middle. It's complete to Rayo. Cuts it upfield, breaks a tackle. Rayo is in the end zone. Touchdown, Hills West, but hold the phone. A flag is on the field. And considering where it is, this looks like an offensive holding penalty.
One of the pass rush guys they brought in just came off the ball as hard as you could go. It just created a holding penalty. It was a big guy against a small guy. You can see it here, right here, number 19, I believe it is. He just gets up the field, and he kind of getting his jersey kind of pulled off there. I think that's where the flag comes from.
Congolo is 51. He's the one who was called for the holding. It's Vincent Lepori, number 19. And again, this is a spot foul in high school, so look where the ball is. You thought you were in the end zone. If you're Hells West, figure it was a 49-yard touchdown. Now you're backed up to your own 39.
I like the coaching adjustment by West right there, just playing more defensive linemen, bringing guys who are just going to rush. Because first of all, you're not playing against a team that's going to run the ball really hard on you, first of all, and block you at the point of attack to reset the line of scrimmage. But instead, those guys are chasers. So once the ball is thrown, they're good chasers.
2nd and 23 from the Colts 39.
But if you're Hills, that was the big play you wanted from Rayo, to get free of his coverage and score. So come back and get that again.
Pressure on Filardi. He's flushed out. Throws it downfield, somehow caught by Red. Red bobbled it for a moment, spins, and he's taken down outside the 10.
Great play by Filardi. I think everyone thought he was past the line of scrimmage, and he wasn't. And he threw the ball down to Red, and what a great play. See the pressure here. He gets up in the pocket.
He was behind.
He was definitely behind the line of scrimmage.
What a catch by Red. And then the presence of mind, they continue.
I think sometimes when you have a player of Filardi scrambling right back, the defensive D-back's eyes, right, tend to drift towards the quarterbacks. It's 2 deep zones, man under. Looks like most of the game. And they kind of lost him there a little bit, lost Red a little bit.
1st and 10 from the 12 for the Colts. They trail for the first time this evening. Filardi, faked handoff. Filardi pushes forward, and he's stuffed back on the QB carry at about the 2.
Good quarterback run right there by Filardi. You see it on the replay. Just bringing those 2 linemen around on the GT concept, bringing the 2 left linemen right with them, with Congolo and Charlatan. So one's a kick out and one's the airplane through. Guard kicks and the tackle airplanes through. And the running back, who the ball's in the belly briefly, he sets the edge, the backside edge.
1st and goal from the 2. Filardi rolls right, chase down, cuts it inside. Touchdown, Hills West. Filardi, the 2-yard touchdown run.
What a great answer by Hills West right there. You know, they had scored right there when they scored. It gets called back on a hold. And then Filardi makes a play down the field to Red. And 2 plays later, they're kicking the extra point. You had a Filardi long pass to Red. You had a Filardi run and another Filardi run, 2 runs in a row for the touchdown. And looks like if the extra points kick through, the score will be tied.
Big PAT here. The hold by Filardi, the kick by Levy, and it is between the uprights. We are tied at 28, 4:10 remaining in regulation time.
It smells like Dylan, whoever has the ball last. Might be the team that wins it. 4:10 left. It looks like the next team to get the ball is Smithtown West here. So we'll see if they're the last team to have it or not.
A reminder again, Varsity Media, your home of all of Nassau County's fall semifinals and championships. You want to go to varsitymediapass.com to order all the football semifinals and finals in Nassau County being played at Stewart Stadium on the campus of Hofstra University. Soccer finals at Mitchell Athletic Complex at Farmingdale State College as well, and we will be camped out at all of those locations. Cold Spring Harbor for the girls soccer as well.
A lot of games to cover right there. Somebody will be camped out, that's for sure.
So back and forth we go. Levy's end over end. Fielded from the 10. Max Nicholas cuts it inside, and he's tripped up at about the 32-yard line. So now the Smithtown West offense back onto the field. 4:06 remaining in this tied ball game.
Anytime you can get, north of the 30-yard line, you're in a good starting field position. And 1st and 10 on the 31 is a pretty great spot for Smithtown West to be in.
How fun has this matchup of quarterbacks been here this evening? Stahl and Filardi, different QBs obviously, but both two of the better ones out here in Suffolk County for sure.
Sure, in a league loaded with good quarterbacks, they're two of the better ones, and Smithtown West been able to run the ball pretty effectively all game long.
They'll try that again as Antunes pushes forward. Quality run on first down by Antunes.
Shook at the point of attack, great push.
And he's a guy who's forced now to play both sides of the football with all those injuries. McLeese had the tackle for Hills West. And you talk about getting 6 on first down. That's what they did here. 2nd and 4. They flipped those chains that you keep mentioning. Stahl, pump fakes, goes long, has a man, and Cielos says, see you later. Touchdown, Smithtown West.
Cielos touchdown, there you go. That single receiver with man coverage right there, right? Touchdown by West. Just throws that lays elbow out there on the single receiver side. As man coverage, safety is cheating over towards the multiple receiver side to the field. And a really nice ball by Stahl, catchable, nice and easy. Cielos runs through the one tackle and scores.
64 yards to the house for George Cielos. The PAT is up and good by Martino. What a ball game we have here at Smithtown West. The Bulls, a 35-28 lead, 3:20 left. Tell your friends and family you want to get them tuning in to this one right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Hey Mom and Dad, how about a personalized hype video of your athlete produced by Varsity Media? Cinematic coverage of game action, plus on-camera interviews by our crew set to music will make your son or daughter look like the next superstar. Perfect for social media fame and college recruiting. Don't wait, reach out today. Spots are limited this fall. 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Back here at Smithtown West High School, Dylan Butler, Mike Hungerford, and the entire Varsity Media crew. What a ball game. Smithtown West, a 35-28 lead. As George Cielos with a 64-yard touchdown reception. Listen, again, to recap, it was a 21-7 lead on an incredible final play of the first half for Hills West, where it was Filardi getting the ball off to Jesse Brooks. And look at this, deep throw, and Cielos breaks the tackle from Red. Filardi tries to chase him down, not happening. But it was 21-7. It became 28-21, and then 28-28. And now Smithtown West with a 35-28 lead. They come into this one with a 2-4 record. And Suffolk 3, Hills West 5-1. This would be a massive win for Smithtown West, but still, with the explosive athletes that Hills West has, there is a lot of time left on this clock.
Well, Dylan, I talked about who would have the ball last. I wasn't really expecting Smithtown West to score in 2 plays, but now it's Hills' turn to have the ball last with 3:20 to go.
They've got the ball at their own 42. It's Rayo in motion. Filardi goes the other way. He's got upfield blockers. Cuts it towards the Smithtown West sideline. Now cuts it back inside. This looks like the final play of the first half. Finally taken down. Looks like Mallory got a piece of him.
See, I love the choice by Hills West. They have a coaching decision. They're playing with a couple smaller guys at the end for rush purposes, and now we're just going to run the football at him right there. And you can see that they're getting a great push. Kongbo's getting a great push on the D end right there, just because he's got good size on him.
Luca Baggett, nice upfield blocking as well. You saw there Matthew Louie.
Sure, if you're going to use smaller guys on the D line, instead of trying to worry about pass rushing them, let's run block them.
And now suddenly you're on the Smithtown West side of midfield, right? 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. Filardi spins the other way. Chased down. Filardi still has it. Throws it on his back foot. That's complete. Wow.
It's just a long time to cover people, Dylan. It's like 6 and 7 second coverage, right? Filardi keeps the play alive. And
that's Luca Baggett with the reception.
You just can't cover all those receivers for that long. You can see he keeps the play alive. 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000, 6 1,000, 7 1,000. You see how long he keeps the play alive, and it's just very hard to cover down the field for that long a period of time.
And Baggett on that play went from a blocking back on the play to realizing I've got to scramble, and he ends up making a huge reception.
Sure, you definitely submit. Hills West definitely does scramble drill. Find openings, find place to go, reroutes yourself, and you can see it there with Filardi.
Rayo in motion, gets the handoff. Big block by Baggett, but a nice looking tackle on that play for Smithtown West. Looks like that was Carmelo Pace making the tackle, number 8. Two-yard gain, 2nd and 8. As we are approaching 2 minutes remaining here at Smithtown West.
Well, Hills needs a touchdown to tie, so they have to get in the end zone here, and the clock is working a little bit. Both teams have timeouts, so we'll see how we progress here.
Filardi finds Rayo again, and great gang tackling. Looks like Briffa came low. Up high was Cassione.
Clock's still running, had him in bounds, so the clock's running down here. I think if you're Hills, your choice is on to let the clock move down a little bit. Don't give Smithtown a chance to have the ball again. We'll score and play overtime.
Filardi, man, he is just Joe Cool in that spot. Looks for options, fires over the middle, touchdown! Brooks again.
Hammers that ball in there to Brooks for the touchdown. Brooks just running like a slant pattern, deeper in the end zone, runs past the first coverage and avoids the safety right there, finds the window, and Filardi hits him.
So Levy is your kicker. Filardi, the holder. A massive point after attempt. Levy's kick is up, and it is good. 65 seconds remaining, and we are tied at 35.
Well, Dylan, now it looks like the team that's going to have it last in regulation finally has been determined to be Smithtown West.
We think.
Yes. That's what we're assuming. This point in the game, Dylan, it's amazing how many games come down to like the last four minutes or so, right? And 4 minutes of what happens in that play. And now you have a special teams play. So you have some guys in the field that don't maybe play a lot of downs. Maybe they've been standing on the sidelines. It rained for a few minutes. They got wet. Maybe a little cold. Got to field the ball. You got to do the best you can on field position and handle up the kickoff with a live ball, and see if you can give Braden Stoll another shot at a touchdown here before the end of regulation.
Alvarez and it's like Mallory deep for this Levy kick.
Mallory hasn't been deep before in the game. He's been on the sidelines. I think they give him a shot at it here.
And there is Speedy from the 3. Runs it up this sideline. Stutter steps, forced out. Ooh, late trip. The crowd here at Smithtown West wants a flag. None. Oh, and a late one, but I think this is not going against Hills West. Is this a little bit from the sideline?
He's definitely tackled out of bounds. I mean, what's Guy still got his hand on him out of bounds. I know you don't want to throw a flag here at the end of the game, right, Dylan? We don't want to throw 15 on.
Now, is this a sideline warning? I think that's what it is.
I think this gives both bunch of kids and teams to rest a second. I think both teams are gassed a little bit, Dylan. Defense has been a little off the last couple series. We got a little cramping going on down there.
So 1 minute remaining. Ball placed at the 25-yard line. Can Smithtown West dial up some more magic here in the final minute of the fourth quarter?
Smithtown West, I believe, has one timeout.
That's what we have in the bottom of the screen. Hills West with 2.
So you got to be a little judicious in what you call here. The ball will stop on a made first down. The clock will stop with the ball in bounds briefly.
Stahl, good protection. Makes a shot to Mallory, and that is incomplete. Good coverage on the play by the Colts.
Got to try to throw it to Mallory there, though, in that kind of situation. He almost came up with it. Good coverage.
Mallory, you see there, speaking to the official, maybe trying to make a case.
Leverage the next call maybe a little bit.
Yeah, maybe.
I like Mallory in the trips formation. It's the easiest formation to get him single coverage. Here in the 2 formation set, you can see that Filardi should really be playing true free safety right now, but he's definitely changed to the wide side of the field when Mallory's in the slot.
Yeah, you can't even see him on our screen. He's that far back. Here is Antunes running it towards the Smithtown West sideline, and he's pushed out of bounds by Red.
I like that play by Antunes. Pretty close to a first down. I wish you would have got just a little bit more, though, if you were a Smithtown West fan. Get the first down. Leaves them with 3rd and 1 here. So if they weren't able to get the first down, they have to give the ball back. So it's a little bit of a dangerous situation here. You can run it, though, and the clock will stop to set the chains.
3rd and 1 for the Bulls. It's Antunes again, and he falls forward. He will get that yard that he needs. And as you mentioned, the clock stops to move the chains.
They used their last time out here on that situation. So they get the first down. Most teams, Dylan, probably do 2-minute drill a couple times a week. Definitely at least once a week, sometimes twice.
A reminder of our upcoming schedule, Mike. Some big ones Tomorrow in Nassau County, we are at Don Snyder Stadium as Massapequa and Farmingdale lock horns. 2 o'clock kick for that one. Oceanside Syosset at 3 o'clock at Syosset. On Sunday, St. Anthony's Holy Trinity at 1:30. Holy Cross St. Francis Prep at 5. And the next Friday, under the lights at Cold Spring Harbor as West Hempstead takes on the Seahawks.
Interesting to see here if the ball's at about the same spot in the field where they had the previous touchdown pass was thrown.
To Cielos, and he's right here if you look 26.
Right now there's 2 receivers here. He's the slot on this side. The previous play, he was the wide out. He was by himself with a single.
He's joined by Briffa on this side.
That's not going to happen right now, but I'd like to see on the single side if they have the safety sheet over Mallory right now, which is Filardi. So they're high-lowing him.
Stahl, pressure's on. Sliding for that ball was Mallory, but it was incomplete.
Ball behind him there. He couldn't come up with it. Tough throw on the run, but incomplete. Stops the clock with 38 seconds. They're going to made first down here. If the ball goes down the field, they don't have too much time. You got to consider a spike, right? Stop the clock. Maybe,
2nd and 10 from the 38.
Looks like there may be some blitzing coming here, like maybe get something short and a little catch and run.
It was read well, a little dump off. And here's Antunes with some space. Jason Antunes. Antunes continues to go. Jason Antunes angles towards the end zone. And he's pulled down. What a play by Antunes.
Talked about the blitz coming, right? They sent two inside rushers, left them a little short the linebacker spot, and there goes Antunes with the center down the field trying to get a piece. Awesome job. Hustle down the field by 55.
Joey DeVito, we've called his name a few times. So let's see, we have the ball. What are we at, the 5? It is. 1st and goal from the 5. 23 seconds remaining.
Well, you can't have the ball tackled inbounds right now. You'll have a very difficult time getting a second play off. You can't several if the ball's inside in between the tackles and they go down. You have a very difficult time getting another ball snapped. So the ball's got to be to the perimeter or deeper in the end zone. I like Mallory on the whip route that we ran earlier. I'd like to see him get that maybe again, maybe a motion him away and leave him as a single. Because even if they have double coverage on him, there'll be a low defender and a high defender, and the whip can handle the low defender and not affect the high defender.
Here we go, off the timeout. 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. Smithtown West.
Mallory in the slot here, see if we have some motion here across the formation.
Stahl motions Mallory. Looks the other way, goes end zone. Touchdown! Alvarez! 19 seconds remaining. Speedy again.
So they use Mallory as a decoy right there a little bit, right? They motion him across the formation, leave Alvarez as a single, and he runs a whip route, a little bit of a deeper route there. It's in the defender and then back off. Touchdown, West.
Alvarez's 2nd touchdown, 3rd of the game, 2nd of this half.
There was a little sidewalk warning there on Hillsborough. I think they were complaining about the contact Alvarez made before he caught the pass. His offensive pass interference was their argument.
So here we go. DeVito, the snap. Nicholas, the hold. Martino through the uprights.
What a hold. What a hold by Max Nicholas. He's had some great ones. DeVito I was a little hot, that one.
Yeah, let's take a look again, Mike.
see it's outside, and he gets it down and kicks it through. Great operation.
And a little bit of a spin, too. Still got the spin and got the laces there.
We just get so used to, because of football on TV, seeing the operation just be so routine. The guys in the NFL and major college who are snappers and holders are just so good at it. They do it all the time. They're pure specialists. DeVito just played center, ran down the field blocking for guys, and now he's got to take a deep breath and get that ball there. Easier said than done.
42-35 the score for Smithtown West. 19 seconds remaining. You see on the bottom of your screen, too, Hills West with 2 timeouts remaining.
They've been pooching the kickoff here onto the Smithtown West sideline around the 35-yard line or so. I think the only issue with that is you're giving Smithtown West a 60-yard field and the ability of Filardi to chuck one a couple plays deep to the end zone, So I think they're going the other direction now. Well, maybe not.
Let's see what Martino has here.
Hills maybe in a little trickeration now. Oh, we got a bouncer.
And it's Rico. No, is it? Is it still live? And Smithtown West recovers. Let's give some credit here. 56 picked up that football. Nolan Dory. So Hills West, 18 seconds remaining. Ball at their own 49.
Depending on the timeout situation, maybe you have 3 plays. Maybe 3 plays, Dylan, 6 seconds to play, maybe 3. Does Filardi have the magic?
Standing, everyone here at Smithtown West, both sidelines.
Got to stay in coverage if you're West. Don't worry about the quarterback. Stay in coverage.
Filardi, Rayo, out of bounds. Bobbled, got out at the 44-yard line of Smithtown West. 14 seconds remaining.
So that's 4 seconds right there. That's 1 play. If you have a secondary for Smithtown West, you got to stay in coverage. You got to cover, and you can't look at the quarterback too much in terms of you can't peek. If he's running around, the front has to take care of him.
You see Pace now, right? Playing, well, he was center field, but he is backing up now. Filardi under pressure. Filardi back foot. There's nobody there, though. Will this be called?
It's beyond the line of scrimmage.
7 seconds remaining.
The interpretation of this rule in high school mystifies me a little bit. It's beyond the line of scrimmage. I think it's different at every level of play. In some ways, the rule. So it's beyond the line of scrimmage, outside the tackle box, makes it okay, even though there's no receiver in the area.
3rd down from the 44. You see on the bottom of your screen, 7 seconds remaining. Hills West looking for one last bit of magic. Rayo in motion.
Yep.
Filardi.
Flag is down.
Back to pass. There is a flag on the play. A deep shot. It's out of bounds. There's no time on the clock.
Game can't. See, the penalty is it's going to be motion on Rayo. Got to get everybody off the field. Game can't end on that penalty. I don't believe. I don't think you can decline that penalty. That's a pre-snap penalty.
Well, let's see the call here from our white hat, Charles Groh. Declines.
Yes, it is.
Ball game. What a win for Smithtown West. A win that they desperately needed. And they pull it out 42-35. The Bulls very much alive now in the playoff picture in Suffolk 3.
Hills West is in either way. It may have hurt their seeding a little bit, but Smithtown West needed to win to have a chance to get in, I believe, and they did it here tonight. Great second half. They were down 21-7, and you do the math. That's 35-14, I believe, for the rest of the way for Smithtown in the second half. So great
and those things that hurt them in that first half, those penalties, the turnover, we didn't see that in the second half. They played a clean half of football, and it helped them get this win.
Sure, definitely played a much better half of football at times. I think both teams got tired defensively towards the end of the game, and tackling was a little bit of an issue. But in terms of like having to win the game and making the plays to win the game, Smithtown did what they had to do.
What a win for Smithtown West. They improve to 3-4 in Suffolk 3, heading into their regular season finale against Hauppauge. Hills West, only their second defeat. They lost to Sayville at home. They lose here on the road. And they've got to go to West Hampton now. And that is no simple task. So there'll be some conversations there among the Colts. It'll be an interesting week of practice for Hills West after this 42-35 loss.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough loss for Hills in terms of, with the PowerPoints, in terms of when you lose to a team. The team that now, Smithtown West has 4 losses, right? So when you lost to a team with 4 losses, it's a little tough. Will hurt you in the PowerPoints a good amount, and you have to go to West Hampton next Friday night. So that's no easy task. They have a good football team, and his ride to West Hampton is a tough combo.
Congratulations to the Bulls of Smithtown West. An incredible win here on a Friday night. 42-35 is your final score. That'll do it here from Smithtown for our entire Varsity Media crew. Executive producer Ben Turchin, our technical director Chris Sweeney. For Tony DeMasso and Travis DeLuise bringing you all those great moving images, our intern is Jared Veluzzi. For my broadcast partner, Mike Hungerford, Dylan Butler, thanking you for joining us from Smithtown West High School. We look forward to seeing you next time right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.